Vibe with Uncle Beno, let's go. Now happy hour things, you know. Hang out with you, babe. It's a vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn, we're shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons time. Hey, on the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with smiles non-stop. Sip and chill with you, be the energy on top. You be stories dropping them every day. Wisdom for life, the African way. From the grind to the glory, hear what we say. Tune in now, don't delay. Hang out with you, be it's a vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn, we're shining bright. Oh yeah, you be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. Join the sister circle, oh what a scene. CC Inca, honey baby, and I'll be so clean. Talk love, talk life, talk dream supreme. Empowerment vibes, like a royal queen team. I'm all a Sunday school when the beat gets low. A moment of reflection, let the spirit flow. Men of God speaking wisdom, you should know. Faith and vibes on the Uncle Beno show. Hang out with you, be come catch that light. Oh yeah, you be stories, keep your heart so bright. Yeah. Join the sister circle, feel that fire. Oh yeah, Sunday school for your soul so right. You be nation, we rise together. Love and vibe forever. Uncle Beno show. Yeah, we outside.
Let be poor, breathe.
A lot of stories to go through. Today is a very, very important day. Very, very important. Well, let's begin what's trending in Nigeria, where the presidency has responded to the warning issued by U.S. President Donald Trump of a possible invasion to wipe out terrorists killing Christians in Nigeria. Special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, in a post on X, stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has always been concerned about the protracted war against terror in Nigeria, which is why he appointed new service chiefs. Ononuga shared a video showing when Tinubu charged the service chiefs during their declaration of service to launch renewed effort in stamping out the twin problems of terrorism. Let's take a look.
Invisible in AI search? Use SEMrush to see how often.
I charge you as the head of our nation's armed forces to carry out your duties with patriotic zeal Nigerians expect result and not excuses. We are in a hurry to celebrate peace. I charge you also to be innovative, preemptive, and courageous. Let's stay ahead of those who seek to threaten our peace, freedom, and stability. Let us deploy technology where necessary. We cannot allow the crisis that began in year 2009 to persist any longer. It is time to defeat the enemies. I wish you the best. I advise you to work together as a team. Compare notes, exchange your information effectively and follow up proactively. Work with other security agencies and defeat this enemy once and for all. We need to clean them up, clear them out. I promise to provide all support you need to get the job done.
Well, this this is all coming amid the heightened diplomatic tension between Nigeria and the United States over allegations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria. The presidency appears to be highlighting the steps already being taken to address terrorism and insecurity, with the new service chiefs positioned as evidence of the administration's commitment to tackling these issues. Well, we all know that over the weekend, social media was awash with reactions after U.S. President Donald Trump issued a stark warning to the Nigerian government, instructing the United States Department of War to prepare for possible action to wipe out terrorists in Nigeria. Well, Trump posted that warning on Truth Social. And of course, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but I'd like to read it for the benefit of our viewers. Trump wrote, "If the Nigerian government continues to allow killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast." And you know, that's the actual post that got a lot of reactions on social media. Ayo Rufai, Dr. Abati. And we know that this post is coming just a day after Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over allegations of Christian genocide. Well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has already rejected this designation, maintaining that Nigeria remains a democracy with constitutional guarantees of freedom of religion. The strength of American military action has sparked widespread debate about sovereignty, security challenges, and the path forward for Nigeria's relationship with the United States. And I'll take activist Omoyele Showore's tweet. If we can pull up that tweet, if we have that. All right. Showore wrote on X, "The latest threat by U.S. President Donald Trump to launch military action in Nigeria, allegedly to protect Christians, may sound appealing to some. Still, history has shown this to be perilous. Whether you are Christian, Muslim, animist, or non-religious, no one should celebrate such rhetoric. The United States and its allies have a long record of military interventions that leave nations more unstable than before. They failed to secure peace in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, or Syria. And they won't bring salvation to Nigeria through bombs or boots on the ground. What Nigeria truly needs is not a foreign savior, but legitimate, accountable leadership, one that protects all citizens, upholds justice, and ends the cycles of corruption and violence that have left the nation broken. Donald Trump does not care about Nigerians, not Christians, Muslims, or anyone else. Our deliverance will never come from abroad. It must come from within, through real leadership, not the tinubus of the world, and national renewal. Hashtag revolution now. Another ex-user, actually, this is a WhatsApp comment which, went all over WhatsApp. If we can pull up that comment at this moment. This person wrote on WhatsApp, which has been shared many times. He wrote, "I don't know why there are misinterpretations of Trump's message. Trump did not threaten to attack Nigeria or effect regime change, as America did in other countries, Iraq, etc. Nigeria is a democracy and should not be compared with Gaddafi's Libya, Assad's Syria, or Saddam's Iraq. Trump's message is clear: to come into Nigeria and completely wipe out the terrorists who are committing these atrocities. America has a rich history of tackling terrorists and their sponsors to any country and killing them without the knowledge of the host country. US did it in Pakistan, where they took out Osama bin Laden and his bodyguards without even the knowledge of Pakistani government. Trump did it in Iraq, when US assassinated Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. In 2020, if you all remember, Trump's message implied that the US military has the capacity to come into Nigeria and smoke out Turji Bello and his fighters. We, as a people thriving conspiracy theories, play politics with human lives, dismiss insecurity as a global challenge, defend leaders who's stuck in trade, is issuing condolence messages to commiserate with victims of insecurity from their heavily guarded fortresses. Our leaders and military generals should be made to understand that we can't continue to live with this embarrassing level of insecurity, which they condone just to attract fat annual defense budgets. Well, Trump's warning was reverberated worldwide. A member of the European Parliament from Poland, Dominik Trasinski, posted a video featuring a dramatic simulation of the potential U.S. military invasion set to a soundtrack of the Lord's Prayer with the caption, "Nigerian Christians will soon be rescued." Let's take a look.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Post defending Christians. A lot of Christians have reacted, including Nicki Minaj. And I would read Nicki Minaj's tweet before I come to you, Ayo. If we can pull up Nicki Minaj's tweet. She wrote, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries around the world are being affected by this horror. It's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in our prayer. Ayo.
All right, okay, so a lot of times, the danger of a single story is that you might respond to something that you don't have a deep knowledge of. And so what Nicki Minaj was responding to was the US's perspective of what's happening in Nigeria, which is in very little, it's hyperbolic. Yes, are people being, killed? Are people being attacked? Absolutely true. And the government has even continued to speak about that, saying that what we have is a challenge, a security challenge, and terrorism, which has plagued the nation for 15 years. And so, that's on that note. But in speaking to the entirety of this story, Oji, what we've consistently said is that it's unfortunate that it's taking the U.S. coming out to speak for Nigeria, for the Nigerian government to take what has been spoken about a number of times back home here in Nigeria seriously. How many times have we heard cries from Christians in the Middle Belt, especially in Plateau, Jos, in some parts of Beno, in the Northeast as well? Muslims and Nigerians who have been killed several times. We have reported stories like this.
All right.
We have not seen as much, response as this. Maybe this might be an opportunity for us to deal decisively.
No, you can continue. I just wanted to just stop you in that track, speaking about a lot of videos or even the priests that have come out in the Plateau. We have a video of this Pastor Dachemo, who actually released it yesterday. If we can pull up that video while you speak. It's a video of this priest who went to Plateau State to show proof of the Christian massacre and the Christian that have been killed in Plateau State. In one day, over 501 people were killed in Plateau State. So these are some of the data that you would see that be circulating on social media. That these,
as I said, we have been talking about this for a long time. Unfortunately, it seemed like the Nigerian government had turned a blind eye to it. However, let us take this opportunity to now respond, because I think the response was too hasty, hence then the counter response by the US president. But the first thing is diplomatic and security response. Diplomatically, let us continue to open that channel of communication and conversation with the United States. This is not the time to be the propaganda and lies and trying to save face. Let us be able to speak to the issues and present facts, counterfacts. If the same Christians are being killed, let's produce counterfacts to that effect. The next thing would then be on, of course, security. The best response to the United States allegations of Christian genocide is to ensure that Christians are protected and to ensure that even all Nigerian lives matter. Whether it's one person or any Nigerian, Christian, Muslim, we've talked about that a number of times, that any Nigerian has the right to life so that we don't become desensitized when we hear another person has been killed and we just say, oh, somebody else has been killed.
Well said.
This is one lesson for us.
Well said. Well, meanwhile, the Islamic movement in Nigeria, under the leadership of Ibrahim Zakzaky, has rejected Trump's allegations of a Christian genocide in a statement on Saturday. Abdullahi Danladi of the movement's resource forum described the allegations as false, inflammatory, and dangerous, arguing that Nigeria's crisis is moral and political, not religious. Danladi stressed that both Muslims and Christians have suffered equally from terrorism, banditry, and attacks, pointing to corruption, greed, and elite manipulation as the true causes of the insecurity. The movement warned that such narratives serve Western propaganda interests, aiming to divide Nigerians and justify foreign interference. I mean, we can see that this Trump's genocide allegations continue to generate pushbacks from various quarters in Nigeria, with the Islamic movement becoming the latest group to reject the narrative. Dr. Abati, a quick comment, and I'll come to this story.
Okay. Genocide is a very specific word. We have the Genocide Convention of 1948, and what it means in that document is about specific targeting of populations to eliminate them. And under that convention, every country has an obligation to protect the population and to prevent genocide. So when President Trump says genocide in Nigeria against Christians, the question to ask, I think we're all Christians here on this table, except perhaps maybe Rufai Husseini.
Rufai is not a Christian?
Well, maybe he has a Muslim background, I guess. Okay. But the question is, even as
have a Muslim background, which I'm proud of.
So even as as amphibious as you are, Muslim and Christian, do you feel threatened as a Muslim? Do you feel threatened as a Christian? Ayo is a Christian. Do you feel that you are being persecuted?
In Lagos here,
do you feel
not.
that you are being persecuted?
In Lagos here,
I don't feel that I'm being
persecuted.
Lagos is not a bellwether.
This is not a
bellwether.
No.
But
you can't ask me that question in isolation. Yes.
There is a problem of insecurity that is general.
Problem, yes.
And what the Geneva Convention says is that government has a responsibility to protect everybody, to make sure that people are not targeted. And that's why I say this should be a wake-up call for the Nigerian government, that there is a lot more that needs to be done in terms of security for everyone, whether Muslim, animist, or Christian, which is the same point that Showore has made. Right. Now, the Islamist movement and Zakzaky group, that they even have problems with, the government.
They've come up with that
they are saying that, look, both Christians and Muslims, we are in all of this together. And I've said that the Tinubu government needs support, and adults in the country should come to the rescue and support the government. And that 3 religious leaders, they've been speaking up. We have had a statement, is it from Bishop Oyedepo?
It was from Pastor Wale Adefarasi.
Pastor Wale Adefarasi, Bishop Oyedepo, Gio, the General Overseer of Redeemed Church, the Sultan of Sokoto, Bishop Matthew Kuka, all of them, Cardinal Francis Onayeka, all of these people should come and speak and support the government. But government has the responsibility to make this country safe.
And this is the main point. The idea of making Nigeria safe is really what we should be pushing here on this table. Rufai, before I come to you, meanwhile, in a now trending video, U.S. Congressman Scott Perry made an explosive allegation about American foreign aid, claiming that the United States Agency for International Development funded the Boko Haram terror group, which has carried out devastating attacks across Nigeria, Cameroon, Niger, and Chad. Let's take a look.
Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding. If you think that the program under Operation Enduring Sentinel entitled Women's Scholarship Endowment, which receives $60 million annually, or the Young Women Lead, which gets about $5 million annually, is going to women who, by the way, if you read the Inspector General's report, is telling you that the Taliban does not allow women to speak in public. Yet somehow you're believing, and American people are supposed to believe, that this money is going for the betterment of the women in Afghanistan. It is not. You are funding terrorism, and it's coming through USAID. And it's not just Afghanistan, because Pakistan's right next door.
All right, Rufai, this video resurfaced online once again. We're seeing how the conversation around U.S.-Nigeria relations continues to take unexpected turns, with a sitting congressman alleging that, American taxpayer dollars may have inadvertently funded the very terrorists that President Trump is now threatening to wipe out. Now, Trump is threatening to cut aid. In August, the U.S. State Department approved a possible $346 million in weapons sales to Nigeria to help improve security. And you're seeing that, before I take some tweets, before I'd like your comments, we're seeing that these videos are now coming up again. The question, or maybe the conspiracy theory, is that Trump is going to invade Nigeria, which is not what he's written in the tweet. By the way, in the tweet, he specifically stated that he's coming to wipe out the terrorists. And that's what we're doing, to state the facts. Conspiracy theories or even just analysis are not really what the comment is on the Truth Social. Rufai, your thoughts?
I knew this was going to happen. And you see, this is why Nigeria has never moved forward as a nation. Mm-hmm. It's a country of analysis paralysis. It's only in Nigeria you will see that the main substantive issue, that people are being killed needlessly in their country, is now left aside.
Yep.
This group will say, oh, all of us are being killed. This group will say, oh. It's about this killing. This one will say, oh, it's about that. All of a sudden, everybody that was not saying anything before are now skewing narrative and propaganda. So an average Nigerian that is following the news cycle is confused today. Please, I am not a master of confusion. Let me clear your confusion. Let me clear your doubt. The problem is that Nigerian lives matter and Nigerians are being killed.
Yes.
So how can we solve the problem? Because the politicians that are talking all of this today, the same people shamelessly push religion and tribe when it's politics period. So now they will confuse you with this narrative. All we are asking, President Tinubu, stop the killings in the country. You blame Jonathan for the killing. And why I'm saying this is because the buck stops with you. Let's stop deceiving people. That propaganda too, a lot of Russian propaganda is coming in. That video has
propaganda, the Scott Perry.
It's been coming in for a while. There is if you have a proof, empirical proof, show me.
You mean Scott Perry?
Yes.
I mean Scott Perry.
Allusion is no way.
Yes. Well.
Show me. Just like when some people tie the Christian genocide conversation to IPOB. I told you it's not based in empiricism.
All right.
Let's stop all of this.
All right.
Nigerians are dying. We want the killing to stop.
Right. That's really what it is. Let me just take.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being here. You're all welcome. I wanted to listen to Rufai's reaction before I dive into today's show. You're welcome, everybody. I see you, Abby, Sister Rose, Uncle Dio, Auntie Grace, Comfort, Adagri, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please hit the like button as you join me on today's program. All right. On today's show, we want to consider Nigeria in chaos, Trump invasion signal, and the conspiracy theories. From that clip that I just played from Arise News, of course, you can see that the conspiracy theory is already flying. Now, this is gonna be, at least I have to do like 3 series before we can start following the trend. So I'm gonna do one today, another one tomorrow, and another one on Wednesday. The reason is because this matter is interwoven and it's highly sensitive. We're gonna have to examine it from the roots before we start looking at the various conspiracy theories out there. I see you, Momo 5 and Sister Sue. You are watching the vertical stream. You may have to come and click on the second video to watch the main stream in case if you want to join the rest of the chat. All right, Abby, you are also log on the vertical view. You may have to go back and come in on the second one. Okay, so here is what I've got to say, my people. Let's go back to the beginning. These advents of Boko Haram unliving Christians in Nigeria became prominent all the way back to 2009, 2010, when President Goodluck Jonathan was in office. And at the time, Goodluck Jonathan were being criticized for various allegations, from ineffectiveness, poor management of the state of the country, insecurity, and all of that. The sitting president we have right now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was one of the people who made it his priority to actually protest against President Goodluck Jonathan. I'm sorry for those who do not understand where all this started from. So I'm starting by saying this because I want you to not approach this issue with sentiments. The president we have right now, of course, is a Yoruba man. I'm a Yoruba guy myself, but we have to be objective. The president right now is facing a lot of backlash, and I've seen how they were trying to spin this matter somehow to save face. But the fact remains that Nigerians are being unalive on daily basis. So before I move further, Abby, I see you. It's because of the layout I choose. That's why you're not seeing yourself on the screen. Okay, you're welcome, Mama. So
Uncle Ben, I didn't need to be on stage now. I wanted to drop something for TSC at the back. That's why I came in. So
all right, cool, no problem. So the issue here is, let's start with the confusion. And what are the confusion? The United States claim that Christians are being unalive in Nigeria. And it seems like this is more or less a genocide. That's it. And then the politics began. People started saying, no, this is not a genocide. No, nobody is killing Christians. No, and all the crap. My first question to you is this. Anytime anybody get to watch this, don't be a stranger, drop your thoughts in the comment. If we have to go by the definition of genocide, which I'm going to put on the screen right now for everyone to see. Okay? Here it is. What is the definition of genocide? According to Google, genocide is the deliberate destruction in whole or in part of a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. It involves acts such as killing, causing serious bodily or mental harm, or deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction. The UN Genocide Convention legally defines the term and lists specific acts that fall under its definition. What are the key aspects of genocide? Number one, intent. The central element is the specific intent to destroy a group, either in whole or in part. Another key element is protected groups. The definition applies to national, ethnic, racial, or religious groups. Number three, prohibited acts. Specific actions taken with the intent to destroy a group are considered genocide. These include killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction, imposing measures intended to prevent births within the group, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group. All right, let me stop right there. For those who are willing and ready to follow us on this analysis, let me ask you, if we have to look at what has happened in Nigeria as far as security is concerned, or rather as far as insecurity is concerned, specifically what has happened to Christians between 2009 all the way to 2002. Do you agree that these fall under the definition of genocide or not? If you agree, drop a 1 in the chat. If you disagree, drop a 2. I'm going somewhere with this because we have to set the record straight. Christians has been unalive in Nigeria for over a decade, most especially in the north. Stories are all over social media. You can go there and do your own research. Churches are burnt down. People are being pied. The number runs in thousands from 2009 all the way to 2022. So, if you agree that what happens in Nigeria could be classified as Christian genocide, drop 1. If you think, no, that is not Christian genocide, some Christian just died, drop a 2. In the video I started with, you heard Dr. Abati playing his hypocritical analysis once again. All respect to Dr. Abati, but I think he dropped the balls on this one. Because there is a lot of complacency in Nigeria. And the journalists, they are working hand in hand with the politicians. The journalists, the Nigerian journalists, don't call things out just the way it is. So Dr. Abati over there saying, it's happened. Yeah, it's happened by Nigeria. And sometimes I wonder, this is one of the reasons I often said Nigeria is filled largely with educated illiterates. Yes, I said it. A high school student will tell you without mixing words that what happened to Christians in Nigeria over this period of 12 to 13 years can be classified as genocide. But listen to a doctor. Dr. Abati was beating around the bush. I just wanted to point that out. Thank you, my people, for responding. All right, Damamo 5, shout out to you, my sister. Auntie Grace said 1, M5 said 1, Abby 1. Thank you very much, everybody. Now, let's take this up one more notch. Thank you, Uncle Dio, for that one. Uncle Patrick, I see you. You are watching the vertical live. The rest of the people are on the other one. So you can exit this one and click on the other live show, and you're going to see the rest of the chat. What happened in Nigeria is Christian genocide. There is no two-way about it. We saw the videos, we saw the images, we saw people being buried in their hundreds. Now, let's move on with the same definition of genocide. I don't want people to say, it's not just about the Christian. How about the Muslim? Fine. Between 2023 to 2025, that is when the unaliving of Muslims become a thing. And this is a different type of genocide. The unaliving of Muslims has nothing to do with targeted group, but more or less with terrorism, plain and simple. It's all about wiping out a village, a settlement to take over or whatever they got going on in the north. So if we have to go by what happens to the other group, the Muslims, majority of the people in the northern Nigeria, yes, that also qualifies as genocide. So we got to be honest with ourselves. I've seen a lot of politics and hypocrisy going on about this subject matter right now. Just because President Trump released 2 tweets, we Nigerians are beginning to make a mockery of ourselves on the internet space once again. And in case you don't know, if you go back and read President Trump tweets on Truth Social, towards the last part of his tweet, he said that disgraced country. And unfortunately, I have to agree with President Trump. Our actions are beginning to appear like we are a disgrace. We have a problem. People are dying in our country. Children, men, women, irrespective of tribes. And we are on social media talking rubbish. You know why? Because we don't have value for life. As much as I would like to play the Nigerian card, Trump, why would Trump say this? Why would Trump say that? But let's be candid. I'm an American. And right here in America, I know how much value Americans put on individual lives. In this America, if a 1-year-old child, even 5-month-old child passed away, there's going to be an investigation. If you live in America, please tell me, oh, Ben, that's not how it runs. In this country, if your dog died mysteriously in this America, you are going to account for it. If your husband sleep and he doesn't wake up, the authority are coming for you. Your wife passed out in your house. She passed, she died. You, the husband, you are the primary suspect. That is how much Americans value life. But we Nigerians, we are playing our hypocritical game again. And this time around, the entire world is watching. Go to Twitter, go to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. We Nigerians, I'm sorry to say this, we are a disgrace when it comes to adding value to life, protection of life and properties. We are a mess. I'm saying this for us to know, as a family, anytime we want to engage in this conversation, do not be part of the people who are going to defend or trying to discount the genocide classification by President Trump. As soon as you start saying, no, there is no genocide in Nigeria, what is he saying? I'm sorry, for those who will see this video, you are a disgrace, just like Trump described it. It's so easy for many Nigerians to come out now and say, no, there is no genocide, because your family members are not one of those who lost their lives. Yeah. So it's so comfortable. It's so easy to come and say, no, how would America say this is genocide? This is no, because you are safe. Your daughter, your son, your wife, your husband, your extended family, they are safe. That is why it is not genocide. That is by the way. So for me, I'm sorry, as Uncle Beno, there is Christian genocide in Nigeria. There are Muslim genocide in Nigeria. There are genocide in Nigeria, period. Period. There is no two way about it. Let's call a spade a spade. It is what it is. Forget politics. Let us at least value human life first. People go to church to worship. Bandits, Boko Haram, they surrounded the church and set it on fire. We read the story. Anyone who escaped were shot and thrown back into that fire. And we are so messy, so dumb to come out and type on the internet, there is no genocide in Nigeria. Where it happened. Let me tell you something. Just for us to know how much we do not value life. There are some Americans in Nigeria right now. If they burn anybody father well, go on alive one American. Just try it. Because we so much have disrespect for life. The only life that matters is our life, our individual life as Nigerians. So far we are okay. We dey chop, we go out, we drive motor, we move, we come back. Oh, God, thank you. We are okay. Go to Nigeria right now. Go to Lekki, Banana Island, go to the resort. There are Americans all over Nigeria. Go and not even on alive, kidnap one. Just lock one up. When they say kidnapping, see what's going to happen. We are so dumb as Nigerians. I'm sorry. I know I'm generalizing right now, but it's painful. We focus on the wrong thing. We play to the gallery all the time. So President Trump, you are right. Nigeria is a disgraced country, and you are right. There is genocide in Nigeria. Even though you focus on Christian, which I can't blame you, you claim to be a Christian, so I agree with you. But generally, there is genocide in Nigeria. Forget about the North. How about what's happening in the East and the West? Recently in Edo State, it happens. Enugu, it happened. In the West, it happens. Killing people randomly in their numbers. And still, now we claim, say we no book pass. Oh, Nigerians are so educated. Still, we do not understand the definition of genocide. Let me move on. Another aspect of this conversation. Oh, thank you, Abby, for that banner. All right. Now, let's talk about the true hero here. And this is where I want to talk about Christians in Nigeria. I want to talk about the Nigeria Christian, okay? I'm sorry. What I'm about to share right now, it may hurt you as a Christian. Pardon me. Yes. I know our, do not touch my anointed. Do not touch my pastor. My pastor is different. He's not like the rest of them. He's a man of God. I know we are in that also. Please, I'm going to beg you, my community up front, if you know you don't have what it takes to withstand conversation that put it right in your face that your father Gio, your mama Gio, they are hypocrites. They are not men of God. It is time to abandon this show right now. I'm so sorry. Please. Because I'm about to go in on your father Gio, mama Gio, and whatever crap Gios we have in Nigeria. And I know, as soon as we started mentioning all this your do not touch my anointing people, oh, we get defensive. So please, we are still friends. After today's show, we're still going to be friends. This is just one show. So pardon me. If you know, say, it go pain you, if we begin drag the blockers of your most reverend father, Mama Gios, abandon the live show now. So when we move to another segment, you can come in. Let's start. As it is right now, ladies and gentlemen, in fact, let me put a break here so that when I want to share them, I take the responsibility. All right, thank you. Oh, I see we are still here and the number is growing. Please hit the like. For those who are watching vertical views, I can see your comment. If you want to join the main views, you can cross over to the second stream. Now, as it is right now in Nigeria, if you ask me, Uncle Ben, who is a true man of God in Nigeria? You see this man on my screen? I forgot his name. Anybody who knows his name, please put it right there. I don't want to go to TikTok right now. You see this man, this pastor, this man of God on the screen right now. As far as I am concerned, this is a true man of God who knows his calling. This is a man, this is a pastor who knew exactly what it takes to serve God. All your daddy Gio for Nigeria, burn them. They are a bunch of hypocrites. Don't be my friend tomorrow after I say this. It's okay. We talk, we die. We don't talk, we will still die. Read your Bible. Tell me one prophet in the Bible that put his life first before the shepherds. Just tell me one prophet in the Bible, one man of God that so much value his life so much that he would rather say, let the sheep die. So far, I'm alive, it's good. No. We read stories of prophets, pastors, rabbis, Jesus' disciples. We read the story of all, how many of them were persecuted and how they were unalive in the Bible. They all died for what they believe. In the Bible, I think one of these great prophets, he died. There's these two prophets that their name sounds alike. Is it oh, what they call this one now? I will remember his names shortly. He is the one that said, if I am a prophet of God, let this happen, and it happens. That is how bold he was. Elijah, God bless you, Sister Rose. He says, when they were mocking him, he says, if I am the prophet of God, let this happen. And it happens instantly. I challenge you, if I make I use Rufai Hosseini words, I put it to you. Go to your daddy Gio in Nigeria. Tell your daddy Gio, let him say it proudly. If I am the Son of God, if God anointed me, let rain fall this minute. See whether the rain go answer. We are lost in Nigeria with religion. As far as I can tell, This is a true man of God. I remember I said it here one time. I said, when you see the people that God called truly and they understood their calling, they don't go after the things of this world. When you see them, they will be like person where they suffer. Look at this man of God. This is the man that put all these things in motion. He stood up for what he believes in. He made this video and put it out there. And he made another video to follow. He continues to call out what is happening to the Christians in the north. And he's put it out there. He got one video where he said, look, I know because of how outspoken that I am, these people will come and kidnap me. When they come and kidnap me, please do not pay no ransom. Let them buy me. My death will be the liberation of Christians in Nigeria. I've also said before on our platform here that many Nigerian Christians, they are not Christian. They don't even know what faith is all about. They don't know what it means to call on God and God will work. They don't know. Everybody just go church. Oh, bullshit. I'm sorry. Majority of the Nigerians, they don't know what they are serving. This man stood up, he made the video, he was standing right in this grave. And he made declaration, and he shouted, and his voice reverberated all over the world. And now, Senator Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, and other senators, Republican, evangelical senators in America, they hop on it. And all it takes is for Donald Trump to release just 2 tweets. And Nigeria is in chaos. Just 2 tweets. As a Christian, as somebody who have a relationship with God, for me, in my own little way, I know when God is moving. Many times when God is moving, you won't even know that God has started moving already. Are you not shocked? It not surprise you. Say, out of the blues, Trump tweeted, I have spoken to the Department of War. They should put preparation in place. We are going to Nigeria. We are going to wipe out the enemies of these Christians. It will be quick and fast. And boom, suddenly now, hey, Trump is coming. I've told you guys, our God works miraculously. You can never tell how he's going to move. Our God is a God that if God wants to go to Agege, if he put head for Cotonou, you cannot predict how he moves. And the cry of the upright always pour God emotion. That's it. He released that video. His voice was heard by God. Your Papa Gio, Mama Gio, Daddy Gio, we are expanding. We're going to put a church in every corner of Nigeria. We're going to put a church, even in your backyard, even in your yash, we will plant a church. Do they have a voice? Tell me. I know it's harsh, but we got to say it. Oh, my mission is prosperity. The Lord gave me my mandate is prosperity. Oh yes, I build this, I build that. Oh, bring the money. We bless this, we bless that. We are moving, we are expanding. We have churches in America. We have church in London. Bullshit. They have no voice. It takes an ordinary man of God, a man of God with no jets. A man of God with no cathedral, no mansion. A man of God with no G-Wagon, no security, no police for front, no police for back. It took only just one man of God to cry out and the heaven moves. Nigerian Christians, we are blind Christians. I'm sorry. I'm going to play the video shortly. I know you've seen the video already.
Performing prayer every day, and they expect us to silence. Now it's an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, There is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria, and look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching it. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. If they say they kill Muslims, Muslims are being killed. By who? By Muslims.
Did you get that? Did you all get that? He mentioned Donald Trump. He said, special advisor to Donald Trump, tell him to come to our aid. They are killing Christians. Let me play it again. We don't know here before.
To be outside performing burial every day, and they expect us to silence. Now is an order. Nigerian government came out openly and denied there is no massacre, there is no genocide of Christians in Nigeria, and look at it today. Is there any Muslim here? United Nations, I know you're watching it. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. If they say they kill Muslims, Muslims are being killed. By who? By Muslims.
I want to believe we all heard that man of God loud and clear. Hey, glory be to God. Father, glory be to your name. Nigerian Christians don't know Jack. I'm sorry, not all of them. Majority of those Daddy Gio, Papa Gio, Mama Gio, Nyash Gio that you are worshiping, they can't even talk to God. Yes, I said it. They can't talk to God. Hey, did you see a prophet right there? A prophet standing in a grave in a remote location in the northern part of Nigeria. Shout out and call on to Trump, the most powerful man in the whole world, and he heard it. In Nigeria, we don't even know what we receive. I don't know. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. If you are attending any Nigerian church and your situation is worse or is not getting better, my lovely sister and brother, you are attending a dead church. A church being led by a dead pastor, a dead man of God. Men of God are supposed to have the most closest relationship with God. They are supposed to be talking to God. Here is a man of God inside a grave. He called out to Donald Trump, the most powerful man in the entire world. Donald Trump responded. Many Nigerians, you don't know when God is working. Now, there you sit down. One stupid, dumb, blind person go send me your pastor. Because of that, the church look fancy. They see they blow you. One dumb ass that don't even know the call of God. He go carry mic. He go they talk. And now they declare, yes, daddy. Yes, daddy. Bullshit. Let's move on. I'm going to play you another dumb ass that called himself a pastor. I've never heard of him before. It was yesterday when I was researching for this show that I came across his video on TikTok. As soon as I saw his name and what came out of my, I'm like, oh, now them be this, now them be this. Let me show you who this guy is real quick. When I know verse. That's why I say This show will be in layers. Let us establish it from beginning first before we get to the gas boss. Okay? Let me show you where is it again. With in white hair, white beard nonsense. Preaching gibberish. Where am I? Don't disappear. Not disappear. If you disappear, I go find you. I downloaded the video. Where am? Show until Lele. Make I see. Now be this one.
Let's put it this way.
No.
What do you understand by the
No.
word persecute?
No be this my lovely brother. I find the video now. Una lie. I go speak my mind. If una like, make una say ma no enter Nigeria again now una sabi. Nothing kukuma dey there where person won't go carry self. Where is this yeye pastor? I can't even call him pastor. He opens his mouth, talking through his anus. He said, for the past 40 years, they were being killed in the north. It is not a new thing. Where am I again? Oh. Maybe some of their members don't they here. The member don't go do juju. Okay, I don't see him. I will expose your pastor. Sorry, member. I know you might have seen the video. Where my glass is, Jari? Where that glass where I nowhere. Now it made me no see myself. I was shocked to listen to this dude. He opens his mouth, bagger. I know these educated people, they were all sitting down, listening to the jazz this man was spewing out of his mouth.
40 years
Yeah, he is.
that I have been a Christian. There have been killings in southern Kaduna, killings on the plateau. There have been riots. Sometimes, I think it was in France, an image of Prophet Muhammad was defaced. Who remembers that? And as a result of that, there were killings of Christians in Nigeria. And so it's nothing new. It doesn't amount to genocide. The way the West are talking about it, it's as if a Christian steps on the street, his head will be blown off. And I'm trying to understand this sudden love for Christians. Is it because we now have one of the largest refineries in the world and no longer have to ship raw materials abroad and bring the finished products? Or is it because of the 21st century minerals that we now have in our earth that they use to generate nuclear power for electric vehicles? Are those the reasons that our friends are threatening to invade our country to defend and protect Nigerian Christians? Selah.
Do you all hear him? I'm going to play the beginning one more time. Just listen.
Over 40 years that I have been a Christian, there have been killings in southern Kaduna, killings on the plateau. There have been riots. Sometimes, I think it was in France, an image of Prophet Muhammad was defaced. Who remembers that? And as a result of that, there were killings of Christians in Nigeria. And so it's nothing new.
Do you hear that? He said, so it is nothing new. Blood of Zachariah. I told you, as a Nigerian Christian, you have to seek the face of God when you want to choose a church where you are going to worship. Some of these your so-called pastor, they will put curse on your head. If you don't pray to God to give you the anointing of discernment, for you to know who is leading you. That is why a lot of people are walking around with so many causes and so many troubles in their lives. Many of them are rich. They attended these churches. But if you know what they are dealing with behind the scene, because they are worshiping under somebody like this. Look at the way he just described it. It's not a new thing. They are killing Christians. Over 40 years that has been in ministry, they have been killing Christians. It's nothing new from the mouth of somebody who says he's a man of God. God is revealing them small to you. And yet, an unknown man of God, we no get money, we no get anything. He screamed in a mass grave. The most powerful man in this world heard him. At the end of the day, America may not invade Nigeria. At the end of the day, through diplomatic channels, they might find a solution that America might stay where they are. But let me tell you, what just happened is significant. As at this time last month, is there anybody here that could tell that President Trump would tweet something that will shake the entire fabric of Nigeria? As at this time last month, is there anyone here that can predict that President Trump can release just one tweet that will have both the Christian and Muslim senator, everybody talking about all the lives that were lost in Nigeria? Nobody can predict that. But it took just one man of God who knows the Lord is serving to yell. He said, the advisors of Donald Trump, tell Trump to come to our aid. Tell Trump to come to the aid of Nigerian Christians. And Trump responded, do you know miracle if you see one? And do you know what is worst? The Nigerian Christians that are praying day and night, God help us, God help us, God come to our rescue. Oh Lord, help us. Yeah. They don't even know that God have already answered. The way Nigerian politicians are moving, the way they have made themselves God of men, the way they carry themselves with impunity. Can you ever believe just one man of God can call upon the one who is above all of them? That the one who is above all of them can send just one tweet, and none of them go begin shit for pants. I'll leave it at that, my brothers and sisters. I just want us to ponder about that. I brought that into this conversation for you to know that many of these, your Papa Gio, Mama Gio, yes, God called them truly when they started. Majority of them have missed their ways. The way Christians are being pied in the north. I've said it here one time. When I was going to serve in Nigeria, I was so scared that I don't want to serve in the north. And to make my matter worse, I don't even get money. Those who serve for Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. If you want serve for where it suits you, you go walk ham. You must run ham. Tell me. Not everybody, they run ham, but the vast majority of us, if you want to serve in a place where you will have rest of mind, your parent will have rest of mind, you must run ham and have money. When it was time for me to serve, I don't get money. I did the only thing I know how to do. My friend Nihi, Dr. Nihi, can testify. Because Namiana, both of us not get money, we don't know people, we don't get connection. I did the only thing I know how to do. I went down on my knees and I spoke to my God. I said, Baba, I don't want to go to the north. I've always been scared of the northern part of Nigeria. I'm not going to lie. You see, Abuja. If you hear me tell you a story of my experience in Abuja, may you know say I just go experience something. I've never been to Abuja and I never had any plan to go to Abuja. That is how scared I am of the northern part of Nigeria because of this persecution and killing and everything they do in the north. Don't get me wrong. I have a lot of amazing friends from the north. I have a lot of Muslim friends, fantastic people. I told you guys that one time. Ileya, we dey rock and together for Lagos. I don't care. All those ones say, if they give me Ileya food, don't eat. Not be me. I don't generally. I go. They ask my friend, "Shall Alaji Tirero? Alaji don't buy ram." But I despise the north. I despise that place. Abuja has never been appealing to me. The last time I went to Nigeria, 2 friends of mine wanted to host me in Abuja. Ben come now. I'm Abuja. I'm not gonna know verse. I know they come. And Abuja still remain one of the fantastic places in Nigeria. Very beautiful, according to people who have been there. I've never been there. I don't have plan to be there. I don't even think of going there. Because of the way these people, these bandits, these people who are killing in the name of religion, because of how they can wake up overnight and unalive a lot of people, that fear was in me. So when it was time for me to serve, I thank God. I said, Baba, I don't want to go north. Anywhere else, send me. Where I will enjoy my service, where I will have a fun time, send me, but I don't want to go to the north. If they send me to the north, after my prayer, I told me, I said, I don't talk to Baba God though. I know even they will stress myself again. Maybe we wait, make list come out. But if they send me to the north, I will not serve. That's what I told Dr. Nee, my best friend so far, from school to everywhere. He can testify to that. So if they send me anywhere, I'm okay. But if they send me anything that has the semblance of north, I will forfeit that serving. Thank God I'm not even using this certificate that they are stupid, nonsense, useless paper. I'm not even using it today. And as God will have it, they send me to Enugu. That is how I become a citizen of Enugu till tomorrow. And when I serve in Enugu, I have a blast. I enjoy life. Enugu people treat us well. They are friendly, sweet, nice. In fact, one of the ladies where they help us wash clothes when I was serving in Enugu, me and I, we still chat yesterday, and I love Enugu. But I'm bringing all this together for you to know how terrible life can be in the northern part of Nigeria. And now they are politicizing it. And yet, your so-called men of God, now suddenly they have a voice. Now that they've heard that Americans are coming, that their business, if it disappear. Because in case you don't know, go and check history. When America come, you buy market. I was telling my wife yesterday, say, babe, you see all those things where you see for American movie, now fiction. If you listen, go and ask veterans, those who really serve in Afghanistan, those who serve in Iraq, or those who fought in Vietnam War, go and ask them what American soldier can do if they come for you. In case you don't know, American soldier is not your come and chop gari, cassava, agbado, soldier you have in Nigeria. When you see American soldier, you are looking at an super empowered military man. Only one can ruin the. Have you heard of American Marine? Many of them don't even know anything. That's why I laugh. When I saw some people say, yes, let Trump come. Let Trump come. Let her come. You don't say we need a. I'm laughing in vernacular. Whoa. Eric Pami Okeke. Ooh. We got one proverb for Yoruba. That they say, Taninje ode akperi, nibi ode akpanyo. I'm sorry, my Yoruba sisters, help me interpret that. I beg, make a highlighter. I don't know how for you. Okay, maybe I will try and say. The adage is talonje ode akperi, niwaju ode akpanyo. Meaning, who is the hunter that is bragging that I kill elephant in front of a hunter that is killing human being? We are playing with fire in Nigeria. We don't know jack. Let me even tell you what is worst. And this is where it scares me. Maybe tomorrow we'll begin to dive into all of that. What it means to have American military fighting on your land. Let me tell you what it means. First off, you have to start praying that if American deployed 1,000 soldiers to your country, pray, make none of those soldiers die in the mission. For every American soldier we una on alive, and they transport his body back to America, you guys will pay through your nose. It's peace fighting. No, they are keeping peace. They want to restore peace. In case you don't know, that is what they are doing. But una go cry. Una go cry, yo. So something tells me somewhere, somehow, they will find a solution through diplomatic channels such that American soldiers will not put foot on Nigerian soil. It won't end well if that happens. And you know why I think it won't end well? You see, those Aboki them, those guys, the way they claim bandit and Boko Haram, now go that they hear, they know the hear come. Then go even one try. Damn bro Babasha. Oh, I pay me, I know here Hausa. Now where I need my sisters, if you speak Hausa be this. He get the kind of cost when they go cost. They go want take those American soldiers on. Whoa, wakpa, pan kuro lara. I pray, I'm praying to God. I don't want this because I love my country, Nigeria. I pray that President Trump will have a rethink. I pray that Tinubu and his entourage and his useless, clueless appointees, I pray they will have the ball to let this go away. I don't want American soldier in Nigeria. So to round up this Christianity nonsense we got going on, all of a sudden now, your Papa Gio, Mama Gio, they started talking. Now when they don't hear, say Trump, they call. I was laughing my butt off yesterday. Suddenly they get voice. Nigerians, oh God, they don't take religions, do us. They've done a number on us with religion. Jesus Christ. Out of the blues, your Father Gio, they get voice. PFN, begin they talk small. Can. And let me tell you, I know why they are talking. Let me just be candid with you. If you hear any of your Papa Gio saying anything right now because the power that being don't threaten them, see me they go talk. I'm telling you. They don't give them phone call. We have not seen any message from you. You have not even talked to the people. In case you don't know, the politicians, they are the lord of your Padagios in Nigeria. In case you haven't noticed, religion back in the days, it used to be the other way around. Politicians, head of state, governors, they used to be afraid of clerics. They don't dare go against the word of clerics. But now, it don't turn. Now, they watch clerics now before they talk. Suddenly, within 3 or 4 days, where Trump tweet. Trump will on a claim say he don't know Jesus, he don't know anybody. He tweet, all of a sudden, now Father Jew, all their service, they begin talk. Know the God you are serving. That's all I can say. This is God finally fighting for the innocent blood of Christians and non-Christians that has been unalive in Nigeria. This is God fighting for them. And as far as I'm concerned, that pastor is the hero of what we got going on now. So please, if you know his TikTok, go and give him a follow. Let's pray for him. He spoke up for his people. He spoke up for his people. That is it. Sorry, I can't read a lot of comment. I'm going to share the link. I don't know if Abby is free to be here. I will share the link for those who would like to contribute.
Here.
Thank you, Abby. Today's show, we just focus on 2 things in case if you want to contribute. First off, we want to know your take. Do you think there is Christian genocide in Nigeria or not? 2, what is your view of Nigerian Christianity, or how we practice Christianity in Nigeria? For those, Sister Oyade, I see you are watching the Vertical Live, you and B-Flex. Oh, sorry, I'm just seeing your comment, but I'm actually streaming on 2 formats. So the other main format is where I have most of the people. Okay. I don't even know what screen I'm looking at now, Seth. Let me see. What screen am I looking at?
Uncle Ben, what is number 2?
The number 2 point is Nigerian Christian. Their hypocrisy. That's just the number 2. The hypocrisy of Nigerian Christian leaders.
Okay.
Yeah. The hypocrisy of Nigerian Christian leaders. That is the number 2. I am shocked and dismayed at how they tackle this issue. I wasn't expecting this manner of cowardness from the Nigerian Christian leaders. So if anybody want to join us, just let us know if what happened in Nigeria can be classified as genocide or not. Because as far as I can tell, as soon as you started burying people in mass graves, you have genocide already. As soon as in the northern part of Nigeria, it is difficult to express yourself on the basis of your religion. We remember the story of Deborah. Deborah was unalive because of whatever she shared on a WhatsApp group. And that was it. Right now in Nigeria, you have Sharia law everywhere. Gradually. So please, those are our 2 talking points for today. Tomorrow, we're going to begin to dive into the conspiracy theories. Tomorrow, we'll start looking at, is America coming to invade Nigeria because of our resources, as some people claimed? They are just so... To invade Nigeria because of our resources, as some people claim. So we have so many angles to this conversation Tomorrow we'll begin to dive into it. But let's start. I see Mom of 5 in the building, Uncle Dio in the building, Sister Grace in the building. Welcome, everybody. So Abby, over to you. Whoever you want to go first. Let's begin.
Welcome, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, Auntie Grace. Good evening, Uncle Dio. Good evening, Mom of 5.
Good evening, my darling. Good evening, Uncle Ben.
Good evening, Abby.
Yeah, Mom of 5. I think Mom of 5 dropped off. Okay, Auntie Grace came in first. So Auntie Grace, can you let us know what you're thinking? The talking points are: do you think there's Christian genocide in Nigeria? And are Nigerian Christian leaders hypocrites?
Thank you, my darling girl, Abby. Good evening, Uncle Ben. Good evening, Uncle Dio. Good evening, everyone in the chat. I want to say, Uncle Ben, you've done justice to this, all the ranting. That was actually very good. We listened to all the video that you played. That was actually very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, there is genocide in the country, and it did not just start today. I also watched some videos from other people when they were analyzing, saying what could happen. What I think Donald Trump tweeted something like this as well during the Jonathan time. I think if he had addressed it during Buhari, probably things would have been slightly better. I think he kind of had an alliance with Buhari, and then he mellowed. He didn't address it. That is why people are like, okay, why is he bringing it? Maybe because it doesn't have the support of tinubu. So we're not going into that. Definitely, there has been a genocide in our country, and it is a high time this is addressed. Like I said, it's a shame that it took Donald Trump to echo his voice before our people are running helter-skelter. It is really a shame. Our religious leader, I don't know what to call them. Are they hypocrites? Do they actually know God? That pastor that was saying trash, is that Ade Farasin, or which pastor is that?
Ireland is Ade Farasin's brother. Shout out to Man of Prestige. Welcome,
okay. So, and I said when you play what he was saying, talking about he's been in ministry for 40 years. I say he's been in ministry for 40 years, but he does not know God. God is exposing them. So this other pastor that has spoken out, God has heard his cry, heard the cry of the departed ones, and God is intervening using Donald Trump, and they are now running like this. And God is going to expose all of the GOs. I think it's a high time for our people to know whom their pastors are, whom their GO and mommy GO and daddy GO are. The people they are following blindly without even knowing God for themselves. This is the time that God wants to reveal himself to people who wants to know whom God is. They are all there deceiving the masses. And you are saying you've been a minister for the past 40 years and people have been dying. The death of the masses doesn't mean anything. The blood of the innocent doesn't mean anything. But your children are not dying. They are not killing your children. They are not killing your family. You said people have been dying. It doesn't mean anything. God is simply exposing them. And he's going to expose all of them. For the people who have ear, let them hear. Let them know God. If they refuse to know God for themselves this time, whatever come upon them, they will take it. I'm not praying for Donald Trump to go through with this. If they don't change, if they don't listen, if they don't stop it, and Donald Trump goes through with it, the blood of all the innocent people will be on their heads.
Amen.
Yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy from our Christian leaders, our GOs and pastors and all of them. I think it is a high time that we start knowing God. They better listen and then solve it before they create another problem in our country. Because if Trump happened to send American soldiers there, like you said, it's not going to be more money for them to eat. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Grace. Welcome everybody once again. Shout out to Man of Prestige. Shout out to Sister Oyade, Misty, and Sister Rose. Everybody, Sister Chiye, you all welcome. I know some people are watching on Vertical Live. You can come to the main channel if you want to see the full chat, and you can join the conversation. Tomorrow, we're going to begin to dig into the controversy surrounding all of this. And just to give you guys a heads up on what we're going to cover tomorrow, we are going to look at how Tinubu and his administration are handling this. We're also going to look at the failures of not just Tinubu's administration, but past administration. I put up a stream last night. I don't know if you guys get to see it. It's about 4 hours long. I play some videos there. We're going to review them tomorrow. And as part of the conspiracy we will begin to look at tomorrow, there is this argument that is out there. It's not even arguments, because Uncle Patrick sent that video to me. There is this military man, he's one of the top intelligence ministry man in Nigeria, who went to Channels TV and stated categorically that there are 400 people sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria. And these people are in the cabinet, that both president or governor, minister, senator, they all know them, but they are not mentioned there. So tomorrow we begin to look into that. But today we are considering, let us agree first whether there is genocide in Nigeria. Is there Christian genocide? And is there genocide generally in Nigeria? Because my take is there is Christian genocide in Nigeria, and there are genocide to non-Christian too. Also, we also want to look at the hypocrisy of the Nigerian Christians. So thank you for joining us. I will join you guys back. I got to go to where they pay
Uncle Ben, before you go,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but today is MOP's birthday.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I put in the chat.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Happy birthday, Man of Prestige, Baba. Oh, God, I'm a pop champagne. Anyway, we're going to celebrate Man of Prestige specially. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Please, everybody, let us celebrate our brother, Man of Prestige. I know the age is adding up gradually, Baba, but don't worry. As the age is adding up, it will add up in more money. It will add up in good health. It will add up in everything you ever desire in your life, in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you for reminding me, Abby. We're still going to celebrate him specially tomorrow anyway. Thank you, everybody. I will join you guys back shortly.
Okay. Uncle Dio. Uncle Dio hasn't spoken, right? It was Auntie Grace that went. So I went downstairs.
I am here.
Okay, sir. Can we hear from you, Papi?
Thank you very much, Abby. Actually, this is a topic that I'm so passionate about, and then it's like when you are talking passionately about your country like this, it's because you love your country and you want the best for your country. As this particular topic has so many facets to it, you cannot approach it from only one angle, because if you want to take a one angle stance on this issue, you are surely not going to do justice to the matter. As it is now, there are so many facets to it, and there are so many angles that one have to look at it from. To start with, this thing is not new. As that Pastor Wale Adefarasin have said, this thing is not new. It has been happening like that. I could remember way back in 2006, while I was in Kano, I remember vividly, during Obasanjo's regime, what happened was that, before that time, prior to that time, we have been having issues of ethnic clashes. Once there is any issue in the east or maybe in the west, there will be a reprisal attack in the north, against the Igbos, against the Yorubas, anything that happens as per clashes between ethnicity, there will be a reprisal attack. It now became so violent in those days that any little thing, they will be killing Christians in the north, they will be burning churches, they will be going to Christian settlements. Now, North is very, very organized in such a way that there are areas whereby Muslims are predominant, and then there are areas where Christians are predominantly dominated. So it is easier for them to go to those places to go and kind of attack them. Like in Kano, and for instance now, most Christians, they live around Sabongeri because that's where they feel they are much more there and they feel much more secure there. But Christians also live in some other areas that are seem to be maybe neutral or maybe mixed. But those Christians that live in those areas, they were being mapped out. Anytime there's a riot, they will go there. Then, no, not now. I was talking about early 2000. So they will go there and they start creating havoc, doing all sorts of things, maiming and kind of unaliving them. So I happened to be in Kano on this during this particular time. How was Obasanjo able to stem the tide was they have noticed that over some time it is only after their Jumat services on Fridays that this riot always happens. You know, they have some clerics in those days that all what they do is to give some teaching to stir up the people, and after Jumat, all of them they now start carrying arms, attacking Christians and non-ethnic people that are with them. So Obasanjo now did something. Every Jumat, you will see an armor tank with soldiers in front of their mosque. They will be standing there in front of their mosque as a case of, in case you want to try anything, we are here for you. So that was how that thing was able to die down. You know, when you have a government that knows what to do when there are crises, it gives a sense of security. I'm not saying this to praise any government, but I'm just using it as an example to show that once a government sees a situation and solves it, people have confidence in that government. Now moving forward now to where we are now in Nigeria now, because over the years, during the time of Jonathan, right from time that even before the issue of the Chibok girls, right from time that they started in the north, invading communities, killing, this Boko Haram started and all, and it could not be nipped in the bud. It now became like a cancer spreading. You know, Jonathan could not do anything. Before we know it, they kidnapped the Chibok girls. It became an international news. From there, it has been going worse and worse and worse. Government after government, and we all know the story of what happened during the President Goodluck Jonathan and President Mohamed Buhari's time, as per the election and the fallout after that was. So all these things is what graduated now to this level where we are today. You know, when you're getting away with some crimes and nobody seems to be talking, it now became like a right. Now these people are so emboldened now that they now got an agenda. They've had the agenda all along, and with the help, now they have their own people in the government that can support them, that can shield them, that can give them everything that they need to perform their atrocities. So they are no longer scared of anything. That's why they are now invading. Now, something happened in Kwara State. It's on the news. There was a man that was kind of fighting against all these bandits, and I think the man had he had this kind of he had the local gun. So when they came, the man we like organize some people and create some form of defense. Allegedly, it was said that the day the policeman, the day the police came to the man and they say, okay, you are not supposed to have gun. Let us help you to go and service the gun or something like that. Allegedly. And the man gave them his gun. The very next day, they came to that community and they pied the man. All these things points out to things that are, you know, people are like, what's really going on? Is the government supporting bandits to wipe us off? These are the questions on people's mind. These are because when the government is supposed to show up, the people will not see them. People have been shouting, people have been crying, people have been complaining over the years. It has not become like a norm. The last time that the one at Yellowater happens, even the government was not too vocal about it until Very Dark Man went there and that's when the started running up and down. Up till now, there has been no justice for the people of Yellow. In Plateau State, in Borno State, these things have been happening over and over. Until somebody now rose up, and I must even commend the effort of that man for compiling list of names of those that he could, because it has been happening even before now, but at least from where he started compiling the list and the names that he got so far, people are now beginning to take account of data. And you saw the video that he did, standing in the grave. They be burying people almost every time. And it's now become like a normal thing. The government does not even care about it anymore. And they are trying everything possible to make sure that the media does not even carry it in the news, because we have asked, there's no day that you will open Nigerian news that will not see, oh, so number of people have been quiet in so area, so number of people have been quiet in a particular village here and there. This thing happens as if it has now become like a normal thing in Nigeria, which is very, very contrary to where sanctity and peace is supposed to reign. Now, the man has spoke up, and President Trump now responded. We now see everything that is happening. For the people that are saying that there are no genocide, I don't pray this to happen to them, but they need to go to those places where these killings are happening. Let them go there and see for themselves. The man said in the video, this particular incident that happened, that the man was recording, everybody that died in that place, there was no one single Muslim, and this will not be the first time. They'll be targeting Christian predominated areas, and these people don't even care. They are going to churches. This last one that I read on the news, they went to that village, they went to the church, they pied everybody, pied the pastor, and then they kidnapped some of them and left. So, and some people can still say that, oh, there is no genocide in Nigeria. Now, people that could say that are just simply because maybe they are gaining from the rules that is going on, or maybe they are complicit in the matter, or maybe they are too scared to say something. But if you are too scared to say something, then don't say the contrary. Keep your mouth shut and be looking. Because Nigeria now, because it's happening in the north, it just reminded me of a book that I read while I was studying my A-levels, 1986. It's a book by this Algeria writer, I think Denis Brutus or so, something Brutus, called The Plague. In that book, when it started, rats were just coming out and they're dying on the street. Nobody cares. Oh, rats are dying. Anyway, good riddance. At least we are getting rid of the rats. They were packing dozens of rats, hundreds of rats every day from the streets. But by the time the plague now increased to killing people, that's when they now realized, this is not something to be toyed with. But at that time, it was too late. I pray Nigeria do not evolve into that, because it is happening now. Oh, it's only happening in some villages in the north. Now it has gotten to the middle belt. Middle belt is where we are now having this crisis now. In the early 90s, in the early 20s, it was happening in the north, in the core north. But now it has gotten now into the middle belt. Now look at the progression. If this is not checked, in the next decade, all over south and west will be in serious trouble. That's what people are not seeing. People that are talking, even the pastor that spoke, his church is in VI, Guiding Light Assembly. Pastor Wale Adefarasin, I know him very well. He's in Lagos here. I used to know him then because I knew a friend that was attending his church. That my friend now has not relocated into the UK. So I don't know, maybe the church is still around, but that was where he was then. What am I saying is that they were all enjoying peace, ambience in Lagos, in the south, in the west. They are not really experiencing this thing. But people that are experiencing this in the north for the past decade, they have been shouting and they have been complaining. And we know that this is happening. Why are we not speaking up? Because it has not yet affected us. It has not yet concerned us, so to say. So they're like, no, it's not like that. For him to even come out to say that shows that he is oblivious of the facts, or rather, he's just trying to play to the gallery. But the truth of the matter is that as at Nigeria today, we are experiencing genocide in some part of the country, which people that are affected. Imagine the man whose entire family was wiped. He lost about 20 members of the family. I watched it. I saw the interview just this morning. I was watching it on social media, whereby it was being interviewed. It was saying that he lost 11 people here, his brother and his family, he lost 8 people here. And then by the time you look at it, can you tell that man that there is nothing like genocide? I beg, God will help us all.
Amen. Thank you, Uncle Dayo. Mom of 5, good evening, sis.
Good evening, Abby. I have missed your gbas. You this Gen Z, eh? I traveled a whole 11 days. You did not call me to check if I've eaten suya or not. Eh? I'm
Mom
coming
of 5,
for
you
you.
that were dropping updates for us. You were
I
dropping
am coming for you, eh?
information that we needed.
You abandoned me totally. Don't worry, I'm enjoying my kuli and my kilishi here.
Enjoy.
Anyway, hello everybody. Hello Real Fam. Hello UB. Hello everybody. I hope we are all doing well, and happy birthday to MOP. Wishing you a fabulous one. So to the question on the matter on ground, yes, there is genocide in Nigeria. You can't even argue that. And why did I say there's genocide in Nigeria? I remember clearly, I think I left Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, I left Nigeria in 2005. And I believe it was not long after that, we were hearing loads of news about Boko Haram going into churches and, throwing bombs, doing all of these things. It's been happening. It's been happening for a very, very long time. At least with my age, I know it's been happening. And yes, it's the Christians that has been at the receiving end of this unaliving. And hearing that pastor this afternoon, I was in the supermarket shopping. I was waiting at the checkout and I was like, let me just go through Instagram. And I saw that video. My head was like, bang, 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 bang. Like, how can a pastor, if he was really, really called by God, and he said he's been a pastor for 40 years, and he said it's not a new thing, then what stopped him from speaking out about it? I mean, Reverend Ezekiel was also a pastor. He was also ordained by God, right? But he's using his ministry to call out the things that has been happening. But this pastor had the audacity in his air-conditioned whatever church, in his agbada, to say that, yes, it's been happening, it's not a new thing. Hence why I dropped a video earlier on to say that if that was his family, if that was his children, his wife, would he stand in his church and tell us, oh, it's not a new thing? And in a way, I believe the US are all gathering evidences. That video of him saying that he's been a pastor for 40 years is going to serve as evidence that, yes, genocide truly, truly exists or has been happening in Nigeria. And when I watched that video of that Reverend Ezekiel, I cried. Every time I've seen that video, I cried. And I was like, if it is not the Muslims that are buying these people, who are the people that are buying these people? Who are the people that are buying Christians? They often say Islam is a religion of peace. Islam is a religion of peace. How is it a religion of peace? How? I mean, if we were to talk about any religion that is mostly disrespected in the world today, it's Christianity, right? You see people who make fun of Jesus, they will do all sorts of things. But try that by calling the name of the Muslim priest. Call one of their names anyhow. You see how they'll come out and start threatening your DM. We've seen stories of how 2 or 3 Christian women who were preaching on the street, how they were massacred on the streets. Yes, genocide is going on. And it's so funny how just one tweet from the United States president and mostly all of those northern governors, most of those northern emirs or whatever they call them, they're all coming out here saying, oh, Baba Tinubu should do this, Baba Tinubu should do that. I am just shocked looking at, maybe I'm not shocked, because in my own opinion, those people that are coming out to say that there's no genocide, they probably have some sort of involvement in what is going on. They probably have knowledge of what they're trying to get. Hence why they've all been quiet all this while. Because Emir of Sokoto has been, there was a report I saw earlier on that he's been allegedly named as one of the people that knew about all of these killings. You know what? I really don't know. As it is now, I want Trump to come. Let him come. At least Trump says he wants to come and help with the bandits, right? That is the issue. That is the area that the Nigerian government are struggling with. So they should allow, he said he's coming to solve the issue of bandits. So why are they all coming out and saying there's no genocide, there's no genocide? Let Trump come and deal with the bandits. Obviously, Everybody who are coming out here to say, oh no, there's no this, there's no that, Trump should take a register and start listing those people's names because they need to be cleared eventually. And yes, there's been response like, oh, the US has no right to come here, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, the way Nigeria is still receiving aid from the US. So if they said that US has no business in Nigeria, then maybe they should stop receiving the aid from the US. Then US will say, okay, it's not about business. You are receiving aid from the US. US is giving you tons of charitable whatever it is that pumping into Nigeria. And you are saying that the United States has no business with their fears of Nigeria. I laugh in Chinese, chon, chon, chin, chon. All I'm going to say is that for those of us who are still carrying pastors on our head, me now, nowadays, I really don't feel like going to church anymore. I don't know. I don't know what caused that change in me. But then when you see everything happening, how long more do we need to hold our government accountable for all these needless deaths? Even when you go into politics is deadly. Politics is so deadly. So I don't know how much we're going to say, but for me, this time around, I am 100% team say, let Trump come, because at the end of the day, they are all saying, oh, what are the resources? The resources, they are coming to take Nigerian resources. What resources? As a Nigerian who is altering such, which of those resources are you benefiting with ease? Which of those resources? Oh, they are coming to steal our refinery. They are coming to do this, that. They're coming to that. Do you all know how much you're paying for fuel? Trump is coming to steal resources. Do you all know how much we are paying for fuel? So would you rather people keep dying every day than Trump to come in and say, okay, I'm going away with your fuel? I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. But then the truth is out there. And for those who are out here trying to cover up, the likes of Reno Mokre and that Femi Fani-Kayode, both of them, they will meet their own. And all of the pastors who have now kept their mouth shut, Nigeria and all of this Boko Haramism is going to meet them at some point in their lives. It's not a curse. It's going to happen. That's just my old submission to what's going on today. Thank you, Abby.
Number 5 is a curse. They will all inherit it because they caused it.
They will.
It's a curse.
They will. They will.
Thank you so much, Sis Wemi. Number 5.
Thank you, Abby.
You're here.
Hey, Abby. Hi, Real Fam. Good evening. It's a somber topic, so it's a bit strange to be sounding a little chirpy, but I think, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to a man of prestige, and I think somehow we need to find ways to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So happy birthday, man of prestige, and I hope everyone is having a good evening. And I hope that we're not feeling overwhelmed by all the things happening in the news right now regarding our dear country, Nigeria, because we're all invested. Even if every single one of your family members have left or has left, my English is finished, none of your family members currently is in Nigeria, you will still have emotional attachments, and you will feel concerned about what's going on. So I pray that we're able to still stay positive while we hope that the right thing is done. Our leaders do the right thing. Let me not speak with passive voice. We hope that our leaders do the right thing, and that we hope for the best for Nigeria. So as to Uncle Beno's questions, is there a genocide in Nigeria? How can I lie? I want to lie, and I want to say that I was not there when all the churches were burned in Zaria except one, because it was in the market. I want to lie. I was 3 years old at the time, and I remember because my family was also threatened because my father was a preacher, and our church, the church we went to, had also been burned, and the pastor's house had been burned, and the pastor came to our house with his daughter, and the military came to rescue us, and we lived in military protection for a month. I want to lie and say that didn't happen to me, but I remember it. I want to lie and say that there weren't times when there were onslaughts against Christians when I was growing up, and my parents would sit down and have a talk with us. Especially, I remember my mom having a talk with us as children. I remember being about 8 years old, 8 or 9, and telling us that, well, it's quite likely we won't live to see the next day, and that if anything happened to us and we cried because we believed in Jesus, we'll go to heaven and we'll be with Jesus. So we didn't need to be afraid. And I remember waking up the next day thinking, oh, it looks like we're still here. It looks like life is still continuing. I want to lie and say that I don't remember when my best friend and her family were visiting their grandparents in Kano, and religious violence broke out in Kano. And I was scared that my best friend will not be alive. But somehow her father, who was a retired army officer, was able to get his family out of that situation and bring them back to safety. I want to lie and say that my university classmates did not die from religious violence. I want to lie and say that a young boy who lived with us, because he himself had been had come from a deprived background, who lived with my family, at some point when he was in secondary school, I want to lie and say that he wasn't killed in religious violence. I want to lie and say I didn't experience these things. I want to say that they didn't happen, but they happened. And I want to say that there aren't many other stories that I'm aware of people I know who, I mean, in the train attacks a few years ago from between Abuja and Kaduna, I want to lie and say that I don't have a friend who was shot in that train. I want to lie and say that the doctor who tweeted that people should pray for her and that she had just been shot, who eventually died. I want to lie and say that she wasn't working for my uncle and that my uncle grieved terribly when she died, even though I didn't know her personally. I knew who she was working for. I want to lie and say I don't know these things. I want to also lie and say that one of my closest family friends right now has not adopted about 60 children that he's raising, because most of them have been orphaned through the terror that's been happening in Plateau State. But these things are real, so I can't lie. But I also have to say the truth that I have dear, dear Muslim family friends and relatives who have not been involved in these things. And I also have to say the truth that there are villages in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in Jigawa that have been attacked, and people in mosques have been died wholesale. So I can't lie and deny that that has happened as well. So I have to say that there is indeed a Christian genocide. And the things I've talked about are historical things, the ones that I experienced, because I haven't lived in Nigeria for a long time. As Uncle Dara was talking about things that used to happen on Fridays in the north, I'm talking about things that were happening from the late 80s. So I'm giving away my age now. As most of us know, I'm a millennial. And Nats will probably be able to recognize some of the things I'm talking about. So I know that throughout most of my youth and childhood, and even now, I mean, because I have family that still live in the north, it's not the practice to step out of your house on a Friday afternoon. Once it's Friday afternoon, you go back into your house and stay there until evening, until you're sure that the city is not going to boil. So those are things I grew up, that's how I grew up, right? But again, I must emphasize, I grew up with lovely Muslim friends and relatives, as well as Christian friends and relatives. And the truth about what has been happening is something that I found written on social media, written by somebody called Sadia Adebisi Hassan. And she said that it is true that Muslims have also been genocided, if we're using that word, or attacked. Muslim communities have been attacked terribly in Nigeria. But she said, if we're going to tell the truth, it hasn't been anybody else but Muslim extremists that have also attacked the moderate Muslims in Nigeria. So has there been a genocide? Yes. Muslim, certain, what's the word now? Moderate Muslims have been attacked, but Christians have been attacked wholesale as well, especially so in the Middle Belt. I have run. I have been spared by having overslept. If I hadn't overslept one Friday afternoon in 2001, I would have been in the thick of it and I may have lost my life. I overslept, and so I missed an event that I was supposed to be at. And if I hadn't missed that event, I don't know whether I'd be here today. I have hidden in my wardrobe because the sound of gunshots was too close. And I have to say that Sani Abacha said something. He said, if unrest continues beyond a certain number of days, government is definitely aware of it and potentially complicit. And the way these things used to happen in the north in the past, historically, it would be for a couple of days and then it would stop. But the things that have been happening in Plateau, Kaduna, Taraba, Benue, whereas Niger, even in the last 20-25 years, have been wholesale and months long. And some communities have been wiped out entirely. And it is impossible to say that government does not know what's going on and does not know who is behind it. And I hope that Trump never invades Nigeria. But I hope that this wake-up call gives our government the cojones to stand up and do the right thing and block every avenue, for a lot of it is also political violence. So I don't know if you would know, but in 2011 and 2007, the times when Muhammadu Buhari lost his presidential bids, there was political violence across northern Nigeria. But the political violence did not attack people who were non-APC supporters, because it was not written on people's foreheads who was APC and who wasn't. And at that time, it was CPC. It wasn't written on people's foreheads who was CPC and who wasn't. Who did this attack? Christians. And in those attacks, I know people who lost their lives. I know people who lost their property. So, what are we saying? Is there religious violence? Yes. Does it come sometimes in ethnic colorations? Yes. Does it come sometimes in political colorations? Yes. Is government doing what they should do, or have they historically been doing what they should do? Capital, no. There have been some governments that have done better. Obasanjo's government definitely did better. Now, Goodluck was not a military person with a background, and Nigerians are used to a strong hand and a strong man. And Goodluck came being also democratic, and Nigerians did not know what to do with that. So he was trying to appease people. He tried to get our Almajiris off the streets, because if you've ever lived in the north or know anything about the north, you will know that sometimes Almajiris are used to foment trouble. And he tried to build schools for Almajiris, but did it work? No, because the system, it has to change from within. And there has to be a proper method of carrot and stick, as who was saying. But this is not about carrots now. We need to move to sticks, in the sense that there needs to be proper repercussions for when there's somebody on Uncle Beno has recently been posting Gothic Abuki. He says the people who continue to use the Almajiri method, there needs to be proper repercussions for it, because we are depriving children of their childhood and we're using them as political tools. And now not only are the Almajiris have the Almajiris been used as political tools, moderate Muslims will tell us that the people that have been attacking in northern Nigeria, attacking both Muslims and Christians, do not speak the same type of Fulani that the Fulanis in Nigeria speak. They speak a different dialect. So it sounds like a lot of them are foreigners. They're from other countries. And it sounds like they were brought in to foment trouble should anybody, as political tools as well. Let me use that. Let me just couch what I'm saying in that. In those terms. They were also brought in apparently or allegedly as political tools. And now they don't have anywhere, they don't want to go back. So they're sacking villages and taking over the villages and renaming people's ancestral villages as their own. And our government is sitting and watching. So let's hope. I don't like the idea that Trump would come in boots on the ground in Nigeria. I don't like that idea. But I pray that the threat of that will slap the wisdom of God, the power of God, the good sense into our leaders to do the right thing and expel the evil from among us. Because how they keep reintegrating so-called Boko Haram repentance into our armed forces and into our society is beyond belief. It's confusing, it's frustrating, and it's something that needs to be done. So the second question of Uncle Beno, sorry, it took me a long time to answer the first question. Second question of Uncle Beno's second question is men of God. So before I talk about how terribly disappointing Reverend Wale Adefarasin's comments were, and in addition to his disappointing comments, the disappointing silence of some of the most celebrated men of God in Nigeria, who seem to, sit on all the grace that God has given them and enjoy the relative religious tolerance and peace that most of them enjoy in southern Nigeria. Before I go there, I'd like to say that please look on YouTube for interviews of someone called Archbishop Benjamin Kwashi. He's the retired Archbishop of Jos Anglican Communion, and he's written a couple of books. Well, he's written one book, his wife has written another, Gloria the Archbishop's Wife. His book is titled, I don't know if I can say it, is neither BOMB nor BULLET. That's his book. And there are quite a number of interviews of him on YouTube where he talks about the threats to his life that he's encountered and the ways in which God has protected him, and he has, well, he's, like I said, he now raises, I said this earlier, he now raises about 60 to 70 orphans that he's adopted, and also provides education for about 400 children, sorry, not orphans this time, free of charge. Him and his wife run a school in Jos. And they've been doing this for now decades. And unfortunately, in the course of ministry, because they minister in these places that are terribly deprived, they've buried hundreds of people. They've watched these attacks happen. They've experienced it themselves. The attacks have come to their front door. They've come into their own house. At the time when I said I was a child and our pastor's house got burned, he was our pastor. So that was when his house got burned, and we lived together under military protection for about a month. So are there men of God that are standing up and speaking the truth? Yes. And I thank God for Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo's the zeal that consumed him when he made those statements from the grave. You will find there are a few other northern pastors, not a few, many other northern pastors who've cried and who've called. I know that Bishop Jacob Kwashi, another bishop in the north, Bishop of Zonkua, also preached from graves and declared justice will come. I know a number of them have preached and declared justice will come. I thank God because this is an idea whose time has come, and the cup of this injustice has reached its brim. I'm done.
Wow, thank you, Shithinka. I'm so sorry for all of these things that you've had to experience with your friends and family and loved ones. Is actually quite terrible, and that goes back to what Uncle Ben was saying about the audacity of the people that are saying these things don't exist. Is it because you haven't experienced it, or it's not been close to home for you? That's why you can open your dirty mouth to say stuff like that. So sorry, and also so sorry to Sister Biba as well, because it seems like it's been close to home for her as well. Okay, so I do have a video to play before we move forward, and then yeah, 1 second.
We praise your name. Jesus Lord, to protect us, to guide us, Lord, to see us through, to fight for us, to give us hope in the name of Jesus.
Okay, and then there's one more.
Nigeria. Guns are blazing. to wipe out terrorists and save Christians. And I see that some Nigerians are celebrating. I know that a lot of Nigerians are in love with Trump. And in fact, many of them are saying that this doesn't mean that he wants to invade Nigeria, that he will just be quick and sweet. Because of the way he puts it in his tweet, he wrote in there that he's instructing the Department of War to prepare for action. He said it will be quick, it will be swift, it will be sweet. Personally, I am hoping that he doesn't follow suit. I'm really, really hoping that he won't actually do it. Let's hope so. Of course, I'm in support of stopping all aid. Like, seriously, why are we still collecting aid at this age? But history shows that help by invasion often makes things worse, not better. In 2001, when the US wanted to invade Afghanistan, they said at that time that it would be a quick, decisive military action to topple the Taliban and dismantle Al-Qaeda. It ended up being 2 decades of war with more than 200,000 people killed. When the US invaded Iraq to topple Saddam Hussein, they said that it would be a quick operation. They said it would be quick, only for state institutions to collapse, huge civilian casualties, and years of insurgency. The death toll from that is estimated to be 150,000. And then the power vacuum created the condition for new terrorist groups to grow. That's how ISIS started. In Libya, when the US removed Gaddafi, there was no more stable government. Libya fractured into rival militias and became a hub for smuggling and violence. Even the Somalia mission in the 90s, when the US went there, they called it Operation Restore Hope. It started out as a humanitarian mission to provide famine relief amid a civil war. In fact, they said it would take 30 to 45 minutes. But guys, it soon evolved into a more aggressive state building and counterterrorism effort, which eventually led to the disastrous Battle of Mogadishu in October of 1993. And the thing is, guys, Nigeria has a lot of natural resources. We have oil, we have gold, we have a lot of things that some people want. I'm just saying, personally, I believe that nobody knows your house like you do. And so I think that the best solution is for the Nigerian government itself to take care of business and tackle insecurity. We've been shouting about this now for God knows how long. It's more than a decade that we've been talking about insecurity in Nigeria. We are the ones that know the sponsors, the people that are financing these operations. That is where to start. Because if we really want to take care of the bandits, if we want to take care of the armed Fulani herdsmen, if we want to take care of Boko Haram or the kidnappers, all these groups, especially in northern Nigeria, we can do it. We can. It's just a matter of, do we want to? Because I don't understand. Why wait for Trump to... I'm tired. Meanwhile, I'm curious, can anybody explain why you think he would use the word disgraced country? Because he said that we may very well go into that now disgraced country. Like, disgraced as how? And you want to say the country you refer to as disgraced? So Trump says that he might go into Nigeria, guns are blazing, to wipe out terrorists and save Christians. And
Okay, we're back. Cincinnati is also here. Good evening, sis.
Hola, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Think I'm sending you hugs and kisses because you spoke my mind on this issue, honestly speaking. Being from the north, like we have first-hand information and experience that we've experienced. We have family members that are still back home. So some of the things that are going on, even the things that don't come up online, some of the things we know it. And I keep saying all the time, like Adeola was asking if Nigerian government want to take care of this, they will. Let me tell you something. All these governors in these states that they are doing the rest, sometimes they want to go to Abuja, they go by road. And call the band and tell them, I'm about to mount the road. This one is a known fact. Because tell me why none of them that have been flying that road has been attacked all this while. It's because they have intel. So they will tell them,
I'm playing this role at this time. Y'all need to go back to your shell. When I pass, you guys can resume. So it's not like they can't take care of it. They know the freaking hell what's going on. They know the freaking hell how these guys got about that place. They know why. Like I keep telling you guys on this platform, this whole brouhaha and nonsense started from Barno 1 because their so-called former governor had them as his political tout. And when he got off, that sheriff, when he got off, he was no longer governor. He was no longer empowered, no longer has access to money. And his boys went haywire. And the whole camp, like, they just like, everybody went against themselves and they became uncontrollable. And that was it. And they started recruiting people, they started recruiting boys, and then they started recruiting people that were coming from outside. And then when there was going to be election between Jonathan and Buhari, every Friday, that small tout brought guys from mercenaries from outside because their plan, if you remember when Jonathan won against Buhari the first time, and the guys that were his followers were acting up, and Buhari was asked to speak to them. His exact statement was that I didn't send them. So let me say this thing. If you are a father and you have kids, and they come to tell that your child is fighting or beating somebody's child outside, and they report it to you, or they tell that your child is bullying people's kids, and the first comment that will come out of your mouth is like, I didn't teach him, or he didn't learn that from me. And so you think or you feel that it's not your own responsibility to call your child and be like, you can't do this. My 4-year-old niece just started pre-K, and we're told that she was bullying kids in school. Let me tell you, the parents had a meeting with her. I had a meeting with her. It was like a serious stuff. Because guess what? Nobody wants a bad rep for their child. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have people that are your followers that are acting up, you need to call them to order. But the fact that at that time when they were doing that nonsense, he felt like there's no need for him to call them to order because he didn't win, says a lot. And a lot of these guys, when you go, most of the interviews, when you see the interview them online, those Fulanis, like Chitinka was saying, they don't even speak the same Fulanis like the Fulanis in Nigeria speak. And then when you talk to them and you ask them, there's a video that went viral one time where they asked one kid, he was holding water and they say, why are you holding water? Are you not fasting? He said, no, he's not fasting because he is Fulani. He didn't identify himself as Muslim. But so this is where the problem came from. This is where the problem is coming from. And a lot of people are having mixed feelings. So if these people don't identify themselves as Muslims, you people that are Muslims, what are you doing about it? Are you disassociating yourself from them and saying, these are not our people, we don't support this, we don't support that, this is not part of our religion? So a lot of them are keeping quiet because in court, they tend to benefit from because the attacks are like on Christians and not on them. But then it got worse. Now they're going against everybody. It's like the whole bandit them against the world. And now they can't control it. So that's like the major problem right now. So it has become too late for them. Like they want to talk, they don't know where to start talking from because they kept it for too late. Your child is stealing, you say it's not your child. And now they told you that your child is on the firing squad. You don't know what to do. That's the situation. So it's so crazy. And I think I shared this one time and I said that we had a conversation with one top army person that came to New York for an event. And I was like, why is this thing so difficult for you guys to curtail? Like, and he said, it's not like it's difficult for them, but the budget for army for security, let's say you usually budget $100 million a year annually for security, right? And all of a sudden, your budget went to 100 trillion. So there are a lot of people that are benefiting from that don't want this to stop. That's the saddest part of this whole nonsense, that they don't want this to stop. Because tell me why you are driving with a car and it's showing on your dashboard that one of the tires, the air is down, and you feel that you can still drive at a 90 and reach Maryland and nothing will happen to your rims. You are a damn liar. You are a damn liar. That's the problem that is happening. Because they can see and they know. Let me tell you, someone told me, he said that if they're going to go at one time, they were going to go get someone. They were in front of the person's house. No joke. They got a call from headquarters. Let's say I'm the army person. going to arrest. Not so, what are you doing in front of that gate? Oh, sir, we are here on operation to arrest, blah, 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 blah. If you like yourself, you better come back. How are we supposed to achieve something? Please explain. So there's so much going in between them that some of them think that we're doing this and we're benefiting. This person, we're getting these people down so that we can be at the top. But the problem that they're not knowing is that a tire being messed up is messing up the whole car. So if you think that the rim is going to be the thing going to be messed up by the time you get to Maryland, you're a freaking liar. Because guess what? Your alloys and whatever associated to your rims are going to be messed up too. Your engine probably will be messed up too. You're going to have a lot to deal with. So they are so short-sighted that they are just focused on what they're achieving at that moment, than the whole damage that is doing to the country. Right now, they saw one bed that is called a bandit. They didn't handle it. Now bandits are all over the place and they don't know what to do. That's the problem. I'm telling you that even now themselves they are confused in their camp because they've let the thing to be messed up for so long. They don't even know. It's like somebody going from stage 1 to stage 4 cancer terminal. Please explain to me. Even if you are going for chemo, you are wasting your time. It's just sad. It's really sad when you think about it. And then when you also think that you have family over there. Like my husband is from Jos. My sister-in-law works like in the city. My mother-in-law is like in the village. Do you understand what I'm saying? So anytime I hear there's something going on, my mind just keep and I start calling, are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? Are you guys okay? I have nephews in boarding school in Jos. And that pastor that is speaking, yesterday we were just talking about my husband. I'm like, I commend this man for, because a lot of the pastors are keeping quiet. A lot of them, because some of them too are getting something. And some of them are even saying that even if I talk, nobody will hear me. So what's the result? But this man is saying, it's either I talk or I cry. But let me talk, even if I pipe, I've said something. And look at the attention his voice is gathering. You understand what I'm saying? So the problem now is going to be very hard. It's like seeing one bed bug in your house and not taking care of it, and your whole house is infested now. You visitors cannot come to your house and come and sit down. Something will be biting them. That's the level that we are now. What are we going to do? It's only God that will help us on that one. Except to move
Amen.
Nigeria to another place and start all over again. But it's bad. It's really bad.
As well. Thank you, Sister Natsu. Uncle Dayo. Uncle Dayo, are you
Yes,
here?
Abi Amir. Yes,
Thank you.
yes, Abi Amir.
Okay, can you help us get into it? With what she think her and Sister Natsu said.
See, the truth about the whole matter is that it takes people like Shitinka, Sister Natu, and people that have seen it, that have lived through it, or that have experienced it, to let you know the horror of this spine all over the north. Because it is more than what you are saying here. When you are in a moment whereby you are not sure that that you can survive because of what is happening around you at that moment in time, and somehow you manage to escape, that trauma will always be in your mind. When Shitika was saying that there are sometimes that there was time that she had to lock herself up in her closet because the gunshots were too close. At that moment in time, what will her frame of mind be? Or as a baby, when the mother told them that they may not live to see the next day. See, you need to see people, you need to hear the story of survivors of all these atrocities for you to feel the impact of what we're talking about. And this is, some people are living this trauma day in, day out, as we're talking now, as we speak. I just read on the platform now that of recent now, about 3 villages were attacked. Recent, now, you will not hear that one in the news because I think the government is doing everything possible to kill the news so that people will not know exactly what's happening. But people whose family are being quiet, they will talk. And these days of social media now, they can easily do a recording and upload it. Of course, they will try to bring down the videos and say all sorts of things, which they're already doing. But the truth of the matter remains that if this country does not rise up to face the truth and address the matter the way it's supposed to be addressed. We are just sitting on the keg of gunpowder, waiting for somebody to come and light the Ula Badu. If this thing is not arrested, I'm never in support of Trump setting foot of American soldiers in Nigeria. No, that will only complicate things the more. It's like jumping from jumping from a car and frying pan into a fire, because already our situation is worse as it is. But Trump coming in, things will be much more complicated and worse than this. But what we need from them is to put pressure on this government to do what they're supposed to do as a government and give Nigerians security in their own country. That's all. That interview that Uncle Ben talked about, we have people, America they have all this information, they have all the names of people that are the sponsors of all these bandits, people that are the sponsors of all these Fulani militias and all. They have their information. And ironically, some of them allegedly are in the government of the present PMB now. Some of them are in high profile offices. And they're the one influencing, just what Stanatu said now. When the army or when the people want to do something, they just receive order from above. Step down, don't do it. When bandits attack villages, we have read it on social media several times. When the army or when some militias wanted to go after them, they will step them down. Don't go. Don't pursue them. And these are people in government that are giving such orders. Are they with the interest of the country at heart, or are they not going after their own personal agenda at the expense of the country? And when you're talking about security votes, as Sanatu said, security votes is what they are making money from, because now every month the amount of money the government is pumping into security votes for them, just like a piece of cake. And what do they do with this money? They're just sharing it into their own pocket and all. So these are the issues. I like what Adela said, and I like what Sanatu said, that we don't need any aid from any government. We don't need it, because all this is one of the senators, one of the videos that was played earlier on, confirmed that, it's an old video anyway. They were using it to say that all these aids that they are using was the same money that was being used to fund Boko Haram in those days. So when you're talking about all these things, it becomes complicated. But one thing that Nigeria is good at is that when things like this happen, instead of us to face the issue, we start delving into the shadows. Now we have a case at hand now. Nigerians are being pied. They were saying that we are saying that there is a genocide going on in Nigeria. Instead of us to attack that issue and find a solution to it, people are now talking that it's a political matter. Trump should not come in. Tinubu is not only Christians are being killed, not only this and it. They will not be picking issues instead of facing the real matter. And we are good at that. We will not divert from the major issue. Then we will not be pursuing only the shadows until that matter is watered down. Who is giving us solution now to the issue that genocide is taking place in Nigeria? As Nigeria government comes to say, okay, we are going to do this, we are going to do that, this is strategy, we are going to adopt. Now, even for them not to have even admitted yet that we have this problem, how can they solve it? They've not even come out to say, we have this problem, so that they can get help, but they're still denying, they're still trying to downplay it. That means they're not ready even to solve it. If you don't admit a problem, you can never get a solution to it. That's where we are having issues in this country, for crying out loud. But I'm happy that the whole world is now watching. This cry out by this pastor, by this reverend, has caused the whole world now to focus their attention on Nigeria. I want to see how our present government, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will respond going forward. I want to see. They know all these people. See, if they, according to the intelligence report that we have been having over the years, people that have been talking based on their own intelligence reports that they have. The government knows all these people that are behind this thing. Now, if they say they don't know, the present one that was happening in the north, whereby they are doing peace meeting with the bandits, and the bandits with their leaders, they came in with their guns, with their machines, with their vehicles and all, and they sat down with them, having peace meeting with them. Which country does that, for crying out loud? People that are buying you daily, people that are buying, that are destroying you daily, you want to hold meetings with them, to hold discussions with them. I don't understand. I don't understand. God will help us.
Amen.
Amen. No.
Okay, Uncle Ben,
Yeah, I've been listening. I'm just tired. After listening to Shitinka, Sister Natu, and Elizabeth in the comment, as well as Biba, I just tired. And this is what I was saying during my monologue on today's show. We are so comfortable in Nigeria that when something happens to someone, we just say, oh, thank God, no be me. We don't respect human lives. People are dying like fowl. And all we are concerned about is, hey, Trump, hey, they are coming for resources and not those crap. Let me just show you just 2 videos real quick. First off, Uncle Dayo, to answer your question, listening to my papa.
We have no fear of whatever Trump is doing on the other side. We have no fear of whatever Trump is doing on the other side.
Uncle Ben, this is AI.
AI. Okay.
Yeah, I refuse. AI.
Okay. I hear. Now, full video. I just called that part
Not
come on because it sounds
possible.
fun.
It's not possible. It has to be AI.
Full speech. I just got that part come out. Tomorrow, we're going to dive more into it. Now, to answer some of the pertinent questions that Uncle Dayo raised and some of my sister raised about what is the government doing. I want to play this video. These are part of tomorrow's show anyway, but because it's relevant to the ongoing conversation, I just want to play it. Take a listen to why, when they change cabinet, they told us there is coup and all of that, all those crap ongoing. I'm not disputing it, but this guy have a different perspective on why they actually remove the CDC. Listen.
So, gentlemen, watch this video and hear what this Northerner is telling you about why CG Musa was removed. Watch it carefully. This one no be Captain Jack talk. Just watch it carefully.
Why Christopher Musa is removed as CDS. The conspiracy of the coup charade was actually a conspiracy. The very first time that Christopher Musa gave command that the military personnel should actually shoot at bandits without waiting for command from Abuja, since that day I knew that his days are counted. You see, the insecurity in the north is actually being sponsored by northern governors, Islamic jihadis. That very week that Christopher Musa gave that command, that is the week that all the jihadist Fulani northern governors met in Kaduna and begins to talk about peace and peace negotiation with bandits. It was the same week that they galvanized some jihadist Islamic scholars to go to have interaction with Bello Turji. So the removal of Christopher Musa is actually a conspiracy. The coup story was actually a charade to remove Christopher Musa. If the coup was actually the reason why Christopher Musa should be removed, Nuhu Rubadu should also be removed because he is the national security advisor and everything would have done under his watch. But this is a conspiracy theory, and I want all the natives in northern Nigerians to know that the continuation of the killings of the natives by the Fulani jihadis, supported by the Nigeria state, is not acceptable, and it is high time that the Northeast, all the natives in northern Nigeria should wake up to understand that there is a conspiracy to actually wipe away all the natives in northern Nigeria. When Christopher Musa was appointed as CDS, the Islamic Fulani jihadists in the north, they begin to complain that they bring a Christian to kill Muslims, when that one did not actually sell. When the operation that took place in Tudumbiri, the bandit drone were used on bandit, they come up with a narrative that the bandit were not killed, that rather it was group of Muslims doing Malu that were killed. And these are the conspiracy and the conspiracy of the northern jihadists. Nigerians need to wake up, and we need to understand that we have a serious issue in our hand. And all the Christian community in northern Nigeria has to wake up and understand that we don't have a government that will protect us as citizens. And it is high time for all northerners to wake up and begin to protect themselves. If not, one day we are going to wake up and find out that these people are wiped away all the natives in the northern Nigeria.
So, gentlemen, watch this video and hear what this northerner is telling you about why CG Musa was removed.
So, there you had it. There's just too many conspiracy going on in Nigeria. These are some of the things. Yes,
Let me say something real quick. So what this
yes.
guy is saying, right? I can relate to this guy 100%. Let me tell you why. I was just typing. The problem that a lot of these Muslim fanatics have is that any top position in Nigeria that has to do with making such decisions like security and the rest of it should not be given to a non-Muslim. They have this idea in their head that they are higher than any other person. Let me tell you something. When Wike was made the FCT minister, the comment that came from there, I can go and dig up the videos and bring it for you, that the Malams were making, they said in the history of Abuja, there's never been a non-Christian that has been the FCT minister. Now they are bringing an army. That's what they refer to someone that's not a Muslim. An army to be the head of FCT. Why? They made a big, let me tell you, it was a big issue among their community. So as this guy is saying it, I had to like trace back and said, you know what, he's right. He's right, because the moment they say you can kill anybody, a terrorist, if you see, don't wait for instruction. They just see it as an attack. They're going to say, okay, he's coming to wipe Muslims. And then the whole thing has been happening. Nobody's saying anything. Now somebody wants to take action. You guys are against it. And I'm going to tell you something. Tinubu might not be 100% like, he might be in support of the decision Musa made to do this thing and do that, shoot anyone that comes. But the people that are working with him might be pulling his head like, no, you can't. You understand what I'm saying? Because he doesn't make decisions by himself. There's a time Obasanjo did something like that. Nobody heard anything. He wiped out almost an entire village. It was later that the story started coming out. So that's the thing that they make it now. Because when Musa was there, they did not like it. And let me tell you, Shitinka, Biba can tell you, Elizabeth, I saw she's from Zangon Katab. I'm from Java. My village is not far from hers. When Musa was removed, the celebration on Facebook groups that are non-Muslims, you'll be shocked.
Really?
You go, no, ask them, Shitinka, unmute yourself and say it.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It was a big celebration for them. Oh, now, blah, blah, blah. They were there, this and that. It was a big, they made a big issue when they made him. They said he's not working, he's the worst defense, this thing, whatever. He has not done anything. And that they say, finally. Let me tell you, when the governor of Kaduna, former governor of Kaduna, Yakuwa, he was the governor with, I forgot, Namadi Sambo, and Namadi was made the vice president. and Yakowa now became the governor automatically because he was a deputy. They did not like him. When Yakowa traveled, I think south, they went for a burial. My uncle was in that plane, in that private jet with him that crashed. Is it jet or helicopter? And he died. Do you know what the Muslim says? Chitinka, translate for me. They said, Allah Aradawyin Kasa. Like it's a way of celebrating his death because he's a non-Muslim. So now he's dying. They are going to move a Muslim person to be the governor, not a non-Muslim.
Wow.
Elizabeth put it in the chat. This thing happened between last week and this week. They were attacking a village, Kasoma Ganikala area. I have friends from that village, like 2 or 3 times in 1 week. The number that she said, 56 people, that's the number that we know. My friends are from that village. I have friends, I've gone for a wedding in that village. I know where that village is. It's more than that. That's the number that they gave them. They have not finished, they don't have the head count yet. Uncle Ben, leave matter for
Mr. Natu,
Matthias.
I just want to thank everybody for being honest and sincere. I want to thank you all for being objective on today's show because this is a very, very delicate and very sensitive issue. You know, in Nigeria, anything that involves religion and tribalism, na wahala. Many Nigerians, once it comes to tribes and religion, some of us don't see eye for eye. As soon as this matter started, I questioned myself severally, like, should I do a live show or should I just do a streaming so that if I stream, I won't have to bother myself. Everybody can just leave their content, their comments and go. But I thought like we need to speak up. And God bless you, Sister Yvette, for at least recognizing that what we are doing here is just to educate people. On this platform, we have Hausa, we have Igbo, we have Yoruba. A majority of us knows where this thing pains, where it hurts every one of us. I was watching a TV video this morning about this Trump invasion and all of that. You know my Auntie B now. I can see the passion in Auntie B. When I know friends say they laugh, Auntie B even they laugh. When Auntie B said, Trump, man, wow, that Trump should not come. Because I can't wrap my head around why we are so insensitive to human life, why we are so insensitive to pain in Nigeria. All these kidneys just feel like the norm. That is the most scariest part for me. You see videos of people being pied, video of people being kidnapped. I think last week, or is it 2 weeks now, I saw a video of a girl that was kidnapped by these crazy people. One girl. Papa, mama not even get money. They put gun to her head. And she was appealing. I think they were demanding, is it 20 million naira or something? We saw all these things on social media. Sometimes when you go to the comment section, and you will see some of these stupid people will be say their mama supposed don't take them do misration. And you will see the comment they are dropping. I've seen people who live in Lagos, majorly Lagos, make I even live on that side. Sometimes when I see the way people who lives in Lagos react to some of these issues, I will just feel so mad. And I'll start preaching to myself, like, why am I even pissed off? Why did I just ignore the comment? I'm bringing Lagos into the conversation because Lagos has one of the largest population of Nigerians. And people living in Lagos, they just felt like they are living in this, is it a fortress? Like whatever is happening in every other part of Nigeria, yeah, it just happened. And well, like may God just protect us. As if those people that are losing their lives, they are nobody. Like I say, I haven't been to the north. But I've seen children, women, men, innocent people, forget about religion now. I've seen them lost their life for nothing. Sometimes when they attack these villages, they find these people. You can't even put your finger on what is the motive. You can't. All these senseless killings is just too much. And if we have to be honest with ourselves, if we don't remove all these tribal and religious sentiments and begin to look at each other as human, we can't get to the bottom of this. So I just want to thank everybody for contributing to this. And thank you for all the maturity. Thank you for we not making it sound like the rest of these crazy people on social media who really don't see what is important here. Trump saying he's coming to Nigeria or he's sending soldier or something. Me, I see it as divine intervention. I know he's not going to come. I don't even pray he should come. But I see it as divine intervention because pastors, imam, politicians, nobody was giving any iota of seriousness to what is happening in the country. The innocent people that are dying every day, the poor people dying every day. I saw a video of that IDP camp. Fear hold me. Say, yeah. So all these people here, they are homeless now. And like Sister Nacho and I think Shitika and others pointed out, this has become a money-making machine for these terrible, demonic human beings in Nigeria that see it as an avenue to make money. Billions are allocated every month, every year for security. And the most scary part, the part where even annoyed me the most, was when I saw the video of a military, is it a military camp or even barrack that was sacked by Boko Haram? I saw that video making rounds on the internet one time. Boko Haram attacked military installation, bomb cars, bomb vehicles, destroy everywhere. And I'd be like, is this not this Nigeria where I grew up? Where we say, even if you see soldier from 100 meters away, you go down already, they pass another way. And yet, a bunch of nobodies attack a military barracks. So we have bigger problem on our hands. Tomorrow, we're going to dive deeper. I just want to appreciate you, all my sisters and brothers, for at least agreeing that we have genocide going on in Nigeria.
Let me tell you something real quick, right? I'm not going to say when it happened, but it happened in Katsina because I don't want anybody to say who was the governor at that time. So he was going to travel. No, somebody that he did not want. I think he's his counterpart from another party. And then he called the bandits and told them that this is the person will be traveling to Abuja and flying this road. I want you guys to like attack him. And you know what the bandits told him? They said, wow, okay, we can attack that guy because that guy is very nice to us. Bandit now and the governor, they had this conversation. That's as bad as he has gotten. That's as bad as he has gotten. Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Forget outside sponsors. The inside sponsors now they're worse pass. Forget all they're financing them from the leave that matter. Now the one way they give them food for inside house. Now there. Now there.
Jesus. Thank you, Sister Natu. And I see what Uncle Dayo wrote here. Yes, Uncle Dayo, you are right. Lagos is a landlocked. But now God, now they protect. Even the Lagos itself is not safe. I've prayed for Lagos State several times, even though I don't live for Lagos. Even Lagos is not safe. Now God, now just protect us there. The reason why I brought Lagos into the conversation is because the way the people who lives in Lagos State, the way they talk, the way they Just treat this matter like it's not that important. It's scary. It's scary. Please let us pray for Nigeria. If anybody want to add anything, please add. Tomorrow we will dive deeper into this conspiracy. Tomorrow we will talk about what is the need for Donald Trump and America if they are really going to Nigeria. There have been several conspiracies out there. Some people said this is not about Nigeria. This is about the Sahel. That is Niger, Burkina Faso, and Richard. There's another conspiracy out there that France has already established a military post on the northern part of Nigeria. It's in Maiduguri or which place. According to the narrative they put out there on social media, they say bandits have sacked people in one village. They chase everybody away. And that the French government, they've already started pouring their military in the place. Well, I can't dispute it. I don't know what's going on. These are just conspiracy theories. Some people also put conspiracy theory out there that it is the Igbos. They don't like Tinubu. They are the one who went to report Nigeria to Trump. There are so many conspiracy that we have to dissect tomorrow. But I will leave it at that. Let's
Uncle
just
Beno,
give our
please,
final take.
before you close, please let me
Yeah,
just say something to the wonderful
yeah, go ahead.
Lagosians. In case they don't know, me, and you know, Uncle Beno, you know, I'm Southern and I'm Northern, right?
Yes, ma'am.
There was a time, and I also lived in Lagos for a bit. There was a time when I noticed that almost all the gatesmen in the places where my family and my friends lived were Hausa-speaking people from different countries, not Nigerians. So in case we think we are complete, and the other thing is, Lagosians will not know the difference between a Hausa-speaking Nigerian and a non-Hausa, and a Hausa-speaking non-Nigerian. They won't know. So when Southerners feel like they are untouchable and, you know, they're sitting safe beyond, you know, behind their glass cages, they should bear in mind that some of the people that they've had, they should not now start going to purge people because some of them are genuine economic migrants. But if somebody had a plan, a security plan, threat to Lagosians, it's not hard. The sooner we all cohesed as Nigerians and decided to tackle insecurity and tackle the politicians who are sponsoring it and who are benefiting from it, the better for us. If you think it's not your business, they will make it your business. When Zaria burned in 1987, Jos was the place people ran to as a fortress. By 2001, Jos was on fire, and Jos has been on fire since 2001 till date. Till date.
Jesus.
So if Lagosians think they're safe, we didn't think anything was happening in Edo. I'm also part Edo. Yes, I'm from everywhere in Nigeria. I'm one of those people. We didn't think anything could reach the south. Did we not see what happened in Uromi a few months ago? Are people in Edo, even people in Enugu and in other parts of the east, also complaining that there are insurgents attacking their farms? Let us be guided. If we don't work as one, they'll deal with us.
Period.
Thank you.
Clock
You.
it. Clock it. Clock it.
Yeah. Auntie Grace, final take, ma.
Sorry, Uncle Ben, before you go, did you see that have you seen Peter Obi's response? And do you care for it?
I asked my girls to look for it for me because the one I saw was on Facebook, but I actually wanted the one he posted on his X handle because those are part of the conspiracy we're going to discuss tomorrow. Yeah, you can share it, but it's part of what we are going to cover
Tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Okay, I'll send it to you then for tomorrow.
Because I saw a lot of people bringing Peter Obi into the hey. God will have to deliver us in Nigeria.
Okay, I'll leave it
Reno,
until tomorrow
that,
then. I'll send it
yeah,
tomorrow.
Reno and a couple of people decided Peter Obi should talk. Peter Obi should talk. He silent, and I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Why do you need Peter Obi to speak now? So that you want to divert people's attention, Abi? You want him to
No,
say
but
something
who
so
is
that you
Peter
people
Obi?
will hang on that or something or
But
what?
also, who is Peter Obi?
I don't get our people.
I've not seen when they hold on to someone that
I
is
don't.
not he's not
I've
he doesn't
not
have a
heard them
position.
saying
He's not VP.
Tinubu come and talk.
Nothing.
Well, no worry. Tomorrow, now tomorrow we go really get better bang boost here. I just wanted to establish this genocide and the role of the Christians first before we dive into the political aspect of this conversation deeply. Auntie Grace, please, ma, your final take on today's topic, ma.
Yeah, I think my final take is that is whoever wear the shoe that knows where a pinch is. Um, all of this actually affect us, it resonates with us because we have people back home. But haven't heard Shitinka and Sister Nato speaks. It's like when there is war, is just those people who are the war zone, they can actually express how it feels. And then when you are sleeping, but your eyes is not closed, your mind is awake, your thought is awake, you are scared of what the next day will bring. That is the height of it. And people who are saying, oh, it's just happening, like we said, because it didn't happen to them. And the good thing and the good thing that God has done for our sisters who are here expressing their view, they also remind us there are people who are still there experiencing this thing today, and they don't have avenue to escape. They are there. They are living in fear. And out of that fear, then one day will come, all their families are gone. One day will come, their sisters are gone, their brothers are gone, their husband is gone. And somebody is saying it's been happening for 40 years. It is really heartbroken. And I just pray that God using Trump to speak will touch the heart of our leaders to address it for once and for all. Otherwise, the American military presence will be needed. I'm not praying for them to come because it's not going to be easy. I just pray that God minister to them and address this thing once and for all. Because it breaks my heart to hear what people are there in your own country. There's no war, but you are to war in your home, day in and day
Exactly.
out. There are people who are still experiencing need today and tomorrow. It's really, really pathetic. I just pray that God use this opportunity to heal our land. Thank you, Shitinka. I am so sorry for all that you went through as a child. Thank you, Sister Natu, for sharing. Sorry for all your families and people that are still going through this. I have my people, my younger sister and the children, they're in Abuja. Who say it's not going to reach there? I have people living in Jos. God will heal our land. Thank you.
Amen. Amen, ma. Amen. Amen. Uncle Dio, your final take, sir. Thank you, Auntie Grace. Have a good night, ma.
Okay, Okay, Uncle
Go
Beno.
ahead, Uncle
Thank you
Dio.
very much. Now, the thing is this: when I said Lagos is landlocked, I'm not saying that Lagos is saved. See, insecurity happens everywhere. It has been happening in Lagos also. If I can quickly say this, there was a time that in the whole of Lagos, we are under the fear of being attacked by these bandits and by all these Muslim militias. Okay, that time the whole of Lagos was on edge. We were put under a kind of a vigilante situation whereby everybody's watching their neighborhood day and night, just because there was a serious security threat being passed around that time, that these people are around and they're planning to invade Lagos and everything. So Nobody is safe. But ironically, the amount of gory stories and the amount of incidences that have been happening of buying, kidnapping, and all, it has been majorly in the Middle Belt and in the North. That's why people in the West, they are not really, of course, they've had their own level of fear, um, bandit attacks, and all this kidnapping, but they have not really experienced it like that. They have not seen where people were attacked and massacred in numbers, and they were doing mass burial. It has not happened yet in Lagos, and I pray it does not happen anywhere again in Nigeria. So these are the issues. So when they are talking, the first thing that comes to my mind is that these people never experienced any of these things, and that's why they're talking like this. Because anybody that have experienced war before, watch the way they talk. They are not always advocating for war, whether they were survivor of war or whether they are victorious in the war. They don't advocate for war because war is an evil wind that will not blow any good. Same thing with all these with all these bandit attacks and all these kind of genocide situation that we're having. It's not something to be experienced. It's not something that you should pray to even happen to your worst enemy. Because people were sleeping in their homes, children, women, being piled as if they are just chickens. It's not something palatable at all. And then we're having a situation whereby everybody should say, I think everybody will not be sleeping with one eye closed, because you can never be sure what will happen in the night. May we never live in that kind of affair in Nigeria. So my closing statement is that by the grace of God, we need to fashion a kind of a situation, a solution to this particular problem of insurgency in Nigeria. It started from kidnapping before this thing now becomes so wild like this. But if you can deliberate as Nigerians, come out with a policy or come out with a plan and implement the plan, not only talking, implement the plan and then execute it to the effect so that we can put an end to this insurgency and to this buying all over the place. I think Nigeria will move forward. However, I have my doubts. I'm sorry. I have my doubts, but God will help us. Thank you, sir.
You be let me go next. I'll soon go back to my break will soon be over. Hello?
Yes, it's not to go ahead.
Okay. But just to counter what you said, right? This type of kidnapping, that kidnapping came later when they started looking for money to fund what they are doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they started kidnapping people and they were using
Yes, you are correct. You are correct, my sister. I'm talking about Lagos. In Lagos, it started from there before we now move into this. But then it did not. It started from the buying and all. I know. Thank you.
They asked for
Sister
money.
Natu, we can't hear you properly.
Can you hear me?
You're very distant.
Am I? How about now?
Yes.
Is it better? It's not good. How about now? Is it better?
No, it's not.
Let me check that out. Sir.
Yes, good now.
Okay. So they started, like for me, I started experiencing this when Sister Lola was talking about Zaria. I experienced 87, I experienced 88, 89, I experienced 91. If they are listening, they know these years that I'm counting 91. We had 91, we had 92, we had 2000 Sharia law, we have 2001 Miss World. And let me tell you, the one that happened in 2000, my grandfather was sick, he had stroke. And the people that, this is really emotional, and the people that he used to feed were the same people that came to burn his house. And my grandfather was thrown over the fence because he couldn't walk. So some people were on the other side and they grabbed him and they backed him to Air Force Base that is in Kau. And I remember all these years that I mentioned to you, when it starts, we used to run to the police station. So I started experiencing this at the age of 5. We moved to Nigeria back 84. It started happening 87, 89, 91, 92, 2000, 2001.
So I've seen it like firsthand. You've seen like dead bodies on the floor. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that it's been going on for a while, but it just became wild because it has become more and more political, and the people are using it for their selfish needs. Like I said, this issue is like trying to treat a stage 4 cancer. That's the stage Nigeria is now. And I don't know how they want to solve it. I don't know how that's going to happen. It's just going to take God. I feel like Trump's voice is just a kind of like to wake them up from sleep about what's going on. They try to act like they don't know or nobody's seeing it, but it's going on. I still have my family. My mom is still in Kaduna. My brother is still in Kaduna. My other brother is there. I still have family, my cousins, everybody.
Sister Natu, we've lost you. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Sister Natu. I'm going to remove her so that she's not just talking. Uncle Ben, are you still here? I don't know what's even happened. Uncle Ben too disappeared, no? Can everybody hear me? It's not me, right?
I can hear you, Abby.
Okay, so it's Uncle Ben and Sister Natu.
Abby, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
I
perfect.
can hear you.
So
And I was also going to say what Uncle Dayo said about not reaching in Lagos. That is why they don't know. It doesn't have to affect you before you know what is going on. Even if everything is not reported, the one that are being reported is enough for people to know that what is going on in Nigeria is not acceptable. You don't have to wait for it to happen in your home before you accept what is going on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Auntie Grace, you're very right. I understand where Uncle Dario was coming from, but I mean, like, if you think about, for instance, the alliance between Tinubu and Buhari towards 2015, right? If people in the South at that time were aware or thinking about the fact that, come off it, this is somebody whose election losses have occasioned the loss of lives in the North. Is this really a safe person to be getting into a political alliance with? You know? There would have been clamors in the South to make Tinubu rethink that alliance, because I don't want to go into the details of the things that happened when Buhari lost. I don't want to go into the details of the things he said. There was a time when he said both the monkey and the baboon will be soaked in BLWD. Yeah, there were times when he said all sorts of things, and there were also Southerners who lived in the North who experienced this violence. And the reason is because, okay, so in the South, there's a lot of religious tolerance, which is beautiful. And I wish we could replicate that in the North, right? But because there's such tolerance in the South, many Southerners just think, those people are not, people in the North in fact, they don't, some of them don't ever get to hear the news. And when they hear it, they don't think of it as serious. And they just think that all of us in the North are honest. And the truth is, most of us in the North are simple people who are honest. Like I said, there are many, many good Muslim and Christian Northerners. But unfortunately, the political class wields violence as a tool for politics. And a lot of times that violence is cloaked with religious coloration. And when the South is doing political business with people who are using religion for violence, then you become complicit. And one day the violence can come and knock at your door.
That's true. You are right.
May God have mercy on us, Auntie Grace.
Amen.
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 No,
All right.
amen. Amen.
Okay, let's just bring it home. Thank you, everybody. Abby, whenever you're ready, I think we have really done justice to this aspect of the conversation. We're gonna be back tomorrow, but please, everybody, pray for my fatherland. Oh. I don't want my motherland to invade my fatherland. Oh, please.
Uncle Ben, sorry, which one is your mother's
So then we've been praying. No, we've been praying. If they don't behave, let whatever that's going to happen, let it happen.
Auntie Grace, make it no happen.
Auntie Grace, let it not happen. No. Auntie Grace, I'm trying to go to Lagos this December. Trump should say it's not coming again. Let me go.
My dear, hold your peace for now. Just hold
Yeah.
your peace for now, okay?
Sorry, Sister
Is
Yvette.
well.
Sister
Is
Yvette,
well.
my four Nigerian in-laws have been on the phone with me since last night. Heartbreak. Sorry, Sister Yvette. Sorry. Nigeria is just like, I don't know, our wahala is just too much now. All over the world now, they know us. I don't tire. Why are we always in the news story alone? Eh? Why are we not in the news for good things, for
In
crying
the
out?
news for bad reasons, yeah.
Ah, it's becoming tired and nauseating. Every time Nigeria, this night. I was watching a comedy skit last night too, where one guy said, 4 countries you must visit in Africa before you buy. You have to visit them. The guy counted all country, and the guy was like, "Oh, you were surprised I did not mention Nigeria? Don't worry, you don't have to visit Nigeria. Nigeria will come to you." And I'm like, this guy is actually right too. Nigeria will come to you. Oh,
Will
Misty,
come to you and happen to you.
Abi, Misty, we don't like this type of negative light, Gary. It's just crazy. I know even me, we are all guilty
Mm.
because these things that America does in other country, we've been following, we read the news, we analyze and just move on. But like they say, when you see somebody raise GUN and point at somebody and squeeze the trigger, you can explain it, you can describe it, but when they point it to you directly, sometimes you can't even explain it to because the shock will be too much. So this is like the US pointing GUN at Nigeria right now. It's such a very confusing situation. On the one hand, I know if it doesn't take this type of reaction from Americans, from somebody like President Trump, Nigeria will brush this aside. They will say nothing will happen. If Trump was somebody like former President Joe Biden, people not go even to worry. Biden get hurt. But with my Uncle Dono, no, they send anybody. Oh. That's why I don't even want him. I even want him to forget about us. I wish somebody can give him a burger or something. I know he like McDonald's burger. Maybe they can give him burgers for him to forget about this. But again, if he doesn't move, this massacre will continue. We are all tired. All the northern imams and pastors and politicians running from pole to pole now is because of Trump. If it's not for Trump, it's going to be business as usual. And now that America is involved now, I know all their nyash, they go reveal them. Because trust me, if America really dive into this thing, they will reveal all the people who are actually behind all this mess. But at the end of the day, we may end up not having a country. Some people don't know how, look, you may know how the war started, but how it will end, you don't know. Some people are even jubilating and say, yes, may Trump come, may we divide, make everybody they go. And sometimes I will just look at our people. Oh, you want make Igbo go, make Yoruba go, make Hausa go. And you think that's the solution. People that are leading you now, collecting billions from federal allocation, and they are not doing jack. You think it is when you go on your own that you can do anything? It will worse. In fact, if Nigeria should even divide today, I project for the next 3 to 5 years of that division, there will be civil war everywhere. These people that doesn't agree with each other, or do you think even if we separate today, a new set of individuals will just show up overnight? A saint. You think it's still not the same, these corrupt, wicked politicians that are still going to be in charge of all those countries that are split away? So I think we are better off if we are together. Let's just figure how to tackle this insecurity first. This is becoming too much. Every day now you see video of people traveling and they are being robbed or they are being kidnapped. So it's just too much. But thank you, everybody. We're gonna be back tomorrow, and tomorrow will be the starting of the main bass boost. So there will be no rants tomorrow, I will just present the issue and we start addressing it. She think I'm my lovely sister. I'm so sorry for what you experienced. I pray God to at least console you and your people. These experiences are not easy. I remember when we had the Ijo Ilaje civil war in Ondo State. Friends that we were drinking, playing together. You will see some people head, you go begin fly. Some people, you go drive for Riverine area, you go see where they put some people head at a stake. After they don't fight them, they put them on stake. People don't know. They hear war. They don't know what's up. I told some of my guys one time when we were discussing Biafra war and all of that, and I'm like, well, I thank God I wasn't born during the Biafra war, but reading books about the Biafra war alone, it gave me chills. Some of those books are so graphic and detailed. I read one of the book written by one of the generals, and it described a battle that went down. Is it in Onisha or somewhere, where the Igbo soldiers engaged the Nigerian army, and it turned to a fist fight, like they were exchanging blows. And then the guy that was operating the machine gun, this tractor machine, they have just one. The guy that was operating it, seeing that it become an open battle, he started spraying everybody. Both Igbo soldier and Nigerian soldier, he was spraying everybody. It's so scary. Nobody should even expect war to happen in any form or anyhow. We saw what is happening now with all the jihadists and everything. It's scary. So I don't pray for it. I pray that Almighty God will somehow lead us above this. So please, when you're coming tomorrow, we will examine Tinubu's role. Please, when I say we'll examine Tinubu's role, this is not just about Tinubu. The mess has been there before Tinubu got there. My only issue with Tinubu is this. I am not a fan of somebody who applies for a job, and then when you finally got the job, you are now giving excuses that you don't have the necessary skills to perform. You start giving excuses. I'm not a fan of that. Even the Peter Obi, they are dragging into this. Even this morning, I was even joking, say, God save Peter Obi. I don't think that dude go fit handle this wahala because it go worse if na Peter Obi be president. Economy go good though because he's a businessman. But the tribal war and the madness that will be happening, I don't even think he can do it because I don't think a Peter Obi can order army to go and buy outside people and war no go break out. The same thing that Tinubu cannot do now. So please, tomorrow we will talk about the Muslim ticket, which is a big part of all this bad buzz going on. So research as much as you can. We'll talk about Tinubu, we'll talk about the Muslim ticket, and then we will talk about some individuals that I think if President Tinubu really want to fix this problem, he need to kick them out of his cabinet. He need to even dissociate from some of them completely. Number one, Reno. Two, Femi Fani-Kayode. And tomorrow, we're going to talk about Asari Dokumbo too. I saw that one just open his mouth. Wow. When people come, I go kill her. I say, Anyway, we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. I'll be over to you, please.
Uncle Ben.
Gen Z.
I'm stressed. Anyway.
Sorry, my Gen Z. You know, say na sweet life now na come. Una never see bad bros before.
God, I beg. Anyway, thanks everybody. Uncle Ben, did you hear about Regina Daniels?
I saw that Auntie B is going live on it now. I don't even know.
Okay,
They say Ned arresting people, Abi.
Yes, it is well. Anyway, Uncle Ben, that's all. We have CST on Thursday this week. Same time, 3:30 p.m. EST, 8:30 p.m. BST. And the topic is healing the wounds, toxic mother-daughter relationships in Black families. So have that in mind.
Oh wow, that's
Thursday.
gonna be a big one. Oh.
Uncle Ben, it just seems like this week is going to be heavy. Oh.
Oh.
It's going to be heavy. So really and truly, because by the time you do political roundtable tomorrow and then Wednesday, Abby, we'll now do this heavy topic again with TSC on Thursday. Ah, we need therapy. Real Farm VIP. I'm going to send everybody's invoice for massage for spa to Uncle Ben. We're going to need it this weekend after this heavy week. Anyway,
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
thanks for
Good
joining
night,
us.
everyone. Good
Good night.
night.
Good night. Good
Yeah,
night, Auntie
Good
yeah,
night,
Grace.
Auntie
Good night,
Grace.
Uncle Dio.
Ibama.
yeah. Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
Uncle Dio.
Sister Yinka say, I keep trying to stay to stay on, but I'm so bothered by this situation. I know, my sister, I know. Sister Teju said, I deliberately did not join the convo tonight because I do not want to be contentious. Because that scatty-haired man is just using us to populate his scorecard. Sister, thank you. Whether you like it or not, my uncle is here to stay. Oh. Even me, when they call out my uncle self, while I don't tire me right now. And frankly speaking, I know I'm in Nigeria buy market. This dude is not the type of person you want to mess with. He no send anybody. He no even like us, the Nigerian way saying they fight for self. He no like us. He just because of saying that man they vindictive somehow. He just see a perfect opportunity to come after Nigerians. And I guess he's going to milk it. But God will see us through. So Abby, sister circle this Thursday. So now mother-daughter relationship now I want discuss.
Yes, toxic mother-daughter relationships and just
Go
healing.
loud though.
A lot of daughters, first daughters especially, they tend to have somewhat of a relationship. It can turn toxic real quick if not
Hmm.
um if not handled with care. I think that most of the time it comes from a lot of mothers just really want their daughters to begin with. It starts with a lot of mothers really wanting their daughters to turn out right, and maybe they
Yeah.
see themselves in them a little bit and want to curtail those things really quickly. But like I said, it could easily turn toxic. And then there's
Yeah.
other terrible situations where some mothers are just really bad. But that's by the way.
Hmm.
So this is what we're going to be getting into on Thursday. And I'm sure, as always, with TSC topics, a lot of us can relate. Or a lot of us
Hmm.
have even for the men that may not be in this situation particularly, we might have sisters or even daughters where sometimes you wonder, why is my wife always so tough on this, my daughter? Or from a point of view of your siblings or as a child, why I noticed my mother and my sister always did not get along, right? So yes, I'm sure everybody can benefit from the topic and
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
yeah, an opportunity to also, in a sense, just relate to each other and offload as we usually do on here. So yeah.
I can't wait for Thursday because me where I get first daughter where I love like no tomorrow. And although the two of them they get along anyway, but maybe because of the age. So
Mm.
I can't wait to listen because I'm praying they continue their relationship the way it is right now. But this is gonna be a very interesting topic because I know like the relationship between my mom and my eldest sister. Hmm. How I fit take describe her? I see, Abby. How do you describe relationship where we say people go be friends today, they go fight tomorrow, they friend today, they fight tomorrow, and they still can't stay away from each other?
I don't know, maybe it's turbulent relationship. Uncle Ben is not always negative, right? By the way,
Mhm.
sometimes it's just even a case of, even from, let's say, from a daughter's point of view, she just looks at her siblings and realizes that my mom is tougher than me in comparison to my siblings. Not that my mom is toxic, if that makes sense. At least that's my
Okay.
experience, right? But I find that that
Okay.
happens with first daughters a lot, where the mothers just really see them as almost assistant mom, mini me. So there's that
Yeah.
pressure on the mom to make sure that she turns out amazing. So unknowingly, there's more pressure
Mm.
on that first child because there's just responsibility, right? I'll give you an example, Uncle Ben. It's like, let's say all your children are somewhere. chances are if something goes wrong in the living room, maybe you're upstairs, you come down. The first person you will shout out is, the first. Not because she's the one that scattered anything, but because there's that responsibility for her to have known better, or for her to have put her siblings in the right, on the right path. So I think it's things like that
Yeah.
people do unknowingly that add pressure to that first. And more
Okay,
than
this
that
is
add pressure to the first daughter. Do you understand? So it's not always toxic.
yeah.
It's not every single
This is
answer.
really gonna be so good. I can't wait the Thursday, and I know the sisters they always bring it 100. Okay, thank you very much, Abby. As we are
Thank you.
leaving, yeah, let me just share this for people to just laugh. Make it not be say we know to laugh before we come out today. So, according to this post from my friend Joy Kokodia, see, people waiting London, they like bars boost. So, Joy said, panic in White House as Nigeria Army send first missile to US. Oh, yeah, watch this, my people.
Qui arrive à voir? On dit comme à la crème.
Attention.
Qui arrive à voir?
Nigeria Army.
On dit comme à la crème.
Attention. Oh my God. All right, Abby right there. Thank you very much for holding it down, Abby. God bless you, Mama. All right, my people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Beno. Let's go. Now happy hour things, Hang out with you, babe. It's our vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn. We're shining bright. Oh yeah. You. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You be in the building. Hey, vibe with Uncle Beno. Let's go. Now happy hour things, Hang out with you, babe. It's our vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn. We're shining bright. Oh yeah. You be stories, life lessons time. On the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. From the streets to the world, we talk real talk. Vibes on the beat make the whole place rock. Happy hour flow with smiles non-stop. Sip and chill with you, be the energy on top. You be stories, dropping them every day. Wisdom for life, the African way. From the grind to the glory, hear what we say. Tune in now, don't hang out with you, be. It's a vibe tonight. Hey, laugh and learn, we're shining bright. Oh yeah. Stories, life lessons time. Hey, on the Uncle Beno show, everything feels right. Join the sister circle. Oh, what a scene. CC Inca, honey baby, and I'll be so clean. Talk love, talk life, talk dream supreme. Empowerment vibes like a royal queen team. All our Sunday school when the beat gets low. Yeah, a moment of reflection, let the spirit flow. Men of God speaking wisdom, you should know. Faith and vibes on the Uncle Beno show. Hang out with you, be. Come catch that light. Oh yeah, you be stories, keep your heart so bright. Yeah, join the sister circle, feel that fire. Oh yeah, Sunday school for your soul so right. You be nation, we rise together. Love and vibe forever. Uncle Beno show.